my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash
Talking
and
in
Dave.
the third person.
Third
That's
person.
weird.
The way you feel.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
Hey everyone, we're back. Taking a little bit of a vacation, but we're back, and we're back with the pump, 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 pump. It's crazy, man.
What was that even for? Like, what was that commercial?
I think Lukaku was at Chelsea at the time, and they had him do like an ad campaign for Calvin Klein.
He's like, F you guys.
Oh, that's gonna be great for the people watching the rerun. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Dave, I told you I was gonna use it. You put that in Discord. That's the thing. You got to be careful. You put.
I didn't put.
Discord.
Oh yeah,
no,
that David did.
Dave.
Yes, that Dave did. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that.
German. We call him the German Dave.
That's the first time I've watched the whole thing. I've refused to watch it.
I sent it to Dave. I was like, "Can we put this in the stream deck? Because I want to do it just to troll people." No, I absolutely will not watch this. And I was like, "All right, get my my garlic, my olive oil, and my skillet, because I'm about to cook some Lukaku here." But
cooking. Yeah, there's lots to talk about tonight. Jeez. We weren't here for the past week. I was gone for work. I mean, mostly just rumors, honestly.
Nothing really that crazy, because the thing is like, if it was something that was crazy, I would have gone on, but I was looking at it, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and BS for an hour and just sit here and be like, yeah, so Parisi to Fiorentina. So we kind of waited for everything to kind of accumulate, and yeah, now we're here.
And that's, I mean, that's the really big news, I guess, official news of the week, at least with reference to us players we were looking at. That's pretty easy. He's gone. You just got called out. Pepe's in the chat calling out David for yeah, that's actually the first place. I'll say that the first place I saw it was on Pepe's Telegram group.
Was it?
Yeah.
Somebody put it on our Discord. Someone had it there. Well, hey Pepe, how are you, buddy? We haven't spoke to you in a while.
I'm gonna confirm too, just so we call out the right person here.
Is it Pepe?
Yeah.
Or is it like a fake Pepe account?
No, I don't think it's a fake Pepe. It's Vlad. Vlad's the one that put it up.
Oh, it's Vlad. That's who it is.
Yes.
So it wasn't David, it was Vlad.
So we have our culprit. We know who to blame.
Yep.
I would not have stole that no matter who it was personally. So
well, there you go. We'll give credit where it's due. So it was there. I honestly just saw it in our Discord, and I was just like, hey, that's funny. Let's use it.
Now, that being said, guys, we're just going to cut to the chase tonight because it is all rumors. We're not really going to go through a news cycle so much. So the link is in there right away. We'll get you in for the call-in show. Everyone's welcome. Beppe, if you want to hop on, I'm sure all the schoolgirls will go crazy over it. I'm looking at probably Jeff. Jeff's probably screaming right now, fluttering his hands. Maybe Colin. Yeah, no, I'm just joking, of course. Yeah, he's joking. Of course he's joking. We're all joking here. That's what Saturday it's about. We're all just joking. Colin's here with his brand new webcam. How's it going?
Oh no.
No, you're there. We hear you.
With the meat slicer in the background. I love it.
I'm in the process of making bacon right now.
Nice. Love it.
Awesome. So I think what we have is like two main topics right now. I think the big one is Bonucci getting fired, and ironically, I kind of called that a week or so ago, where I was like, I read a report and I'm like, ooh, he's getting canned, and everyone's like, no, that's not possible. And That's the one topic, and then our second one is going to be obviously the whole Lukaku and Dusan thing. PSG popping out of nowhere and saying, "Hey, we might buy this guy." So, Colin, where do you want to start?
I'm gonna be like super negative. Being a loyal Beppe guy, Beppe is always support, no matter what. And maybe I'm in the same position as David and with supporting the Leafs and having other organizations constantly disappoint. Except for my disappointment is the Washington Redskins, and I've been a lifelong fan of them. So I don't know what success is whatsoever.
I'm a Detroit Lions fan. Leave me alone.
we're all used to horrible franchises. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So,
and Juve is not a horrible franchise. They have honored us with very many wins in recent history.
They're supposed to be like the as the kids would say, our safe space outside of NHL and NFL seasons. But I think with the Allegri thing, it's A, more of the same. B, I highly doubt we continue Allegri's contract after it's done. So we're going to be sticking ourselves with more Paratici-like contracts in terms of players that are going to be not really welcome in 24 months. And for 10 million a year, I think that's crazy.
And thank you, Beppe. He donated in the big Euro bucks. That's like double my Canadian dollars. That's huge.
Says big love, guys. We'll message you on WhatsApp. All right. Okie dokie.
And Jeff, yeah, he's coming from Florida. Tampa boy, I suppose. He's I don't know. I'm assuming they suck too. The Buccaneers, of course they do. Everyone knows that. Anyway, sorry. We just we did the aside with the NFL thing, guys. Come on, Dash. That's supposed to be your job to take us down
the rabbit hole. But let me start. Let me throw this out, and the link's out, so you guys can hop on if you want to talk with us as well. I'm going to start with the whole Bonucci thing because I saw a lot of things on Twitter about the Bonucci thing. I made my opinion on Discord where I kind of talked about it. Some folks are kind of like, it's kind of disrespectful how they're treating him. Part of me, so like, for example, long story short, Gintolier and Allegri are like, you're done. Like, you're out. Find yourself another squad. And Bonucci allegedly rejected Saudi Arabia because he still believes that, he wants to try to play for the Euro 2024. And that was one of the main reasons why he didn't go to Saudi. So the thing is like, I had my thoughts on this where a lot of people are kind of like, it's disrespectful to Bonucci and whatnot. And I believe they slashed his contract in half. Part of me is kind of like this, where it's like, I think Bonucci's overstayed his welcome when you think about it, where I think Chiellini knew, where he was like, okay, I don't really have any international tournaments to focus in on. My legs are clearly behind me. I'm going to take my bow. I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. Where it's like, Bonucci didn't really play last season at all. And even when he did play, he just looked atrocious on the field. It wasn't even his, best performance, where it's like him forcing a stay for the Euro. I get it. But at the same point, if he's playing in another team in Serie A or even in England, you're still going to make the Italy national team. Like, with all due respect for him, like, the benchmark isn't that high currently with Italy not being in the best of form or best of shape. As
Mancini's just not picking anybody else either is really part of it.
My thing is this, I think, Bonucci should have left on his own whim in May, kind of said, hey, I'm out, Mamba out. But I don't know, because like $6.5 million for the fifth choice center back, it's no bueno. Vlad, you guys ratted me out. Hey, you gotta credit that stuff when you throw it in there. But it's one of those things where it's like, part of me is like, he should have gone on his own terms and just kind of ended it then, instead of kind of dragging this out, because I had a feeling at the end of the season the writing was on the wall. Fifth choice center back, he's done and dusted for $6.5 million. Nobody's going to keep him.
It really is too much. And people have said, if he takes a bit of a cut, 3 million, 3.5, whatever. That was a number that was tossed around. That maybe it's something we're okay with. It's still a fair bit of money. But what else do you do? Like, other than Saudi? Who's going to give you money? I just don't see it. Personally, I don't know.
I don't think you need money for the transfer for Bonucci. I think you just need him out of here.
Just get him out. Yeah. It's unfortunate, right? Because I see the other side where they say, "Oh, he's got the Del Piero treatment," right? Or
That's why I don't think it's a Bonucci thing. I think it's a culture thing at Juve now, because it's not the first time. And
it's been quite a few years though to do it. I want to say, is iconic the right word? I mean, whether he's good or bad, he's an icon.
But the thing is you have
500 games and a lot of successful years. And regardless if he was the worst of the BBC, I'm going to take the words from Dash before he spits them out. If he's the worst, even if he was the worst of the BBC, he's still a part of it.
Yeah, of course.
Now KB comes in with this point, and I've heard a couple people talk this point as well. How I don't know, was that confirmed that he was the one that was releasing, like he was the snitch,
I don't know because like the thing is like Misaka's really adamant about it being Bonucci that told Fabiano Della Valle about the locker room turmoil, but it's never been confirmed. I doubt that it'll ever be confirmed.
Yeah, so I don't want to just like throw it all on him without knowing 100%, because I mean that's like putting the guy away for murder when he's innocent.
I would blame a younger player before I blame an older player, just the generational gap and how people talk more when the youth talk more.
Yeah.
That's an assumption. I have a feeling, that's all.
It's all just speculation at the end of the day, right? With that, so I'd rather just like stay neutral when it comes to that particular point, because I just don't know.
Mm-hmm. And and I kind of see, like, for example, like you look at Fiorentino Perez at Real Madrid, where it's like even with Casillas, and Casillas is like an icon for that club, and he's like, look, man, either you leave or I'm forcing you out. And it's one of those things where like folks can sit there and just be like, oh, it's kind of disrespectful. But I mean, in theory, he kind of did the same thing to Ronaldo too, where he told Ronaldo, hey, look, this is your salary. You either take it or you find yourself another team, and we'll sanction the transfer. So, I think Juve kind of need to show that to folks, because, like, for example, previously we had issues with players like Khedira, with Emre Can, and some other players where it's like, we don't want you, leave. And, they'd milk out their contracts. Like Aaron Ramsey's criminal for that. That's another player where it's like, for example, I think now with the new sporting director where he's like, hey, you're done. You find something to do or get out of here, because, your time is over. And go ahead.
I think we can all agree there's a more sensible way to do it, though. I think there's I feel like it just seems a little callous.
Do you think there's some bitterness towards Bonucci from Allegri that's kind of pulling the strings on this one? Maybe they never fixed their spat.
I mean, I was raised by Italian women, and let me tell you, they do not forget. So yeah, I absolutely do feel like there's and I'm not disagreeing with the points of his play dropping off or anything like that. I also agree that he's never been the leader that we had hoped for, but yeah, I feel like that's a piece of it. Allegri, Gentoli's not going to come in and just start beating a stick like that without some sort of background, some sort of input from people who have come from the previous phase.
Well, you never know. Bonucci might have stole his lunch money when he was a kid.
There could be history. That's the other thing. We don't know. There could be a lot of history. Yeah. We don't really know what has been said behind closed doors. And maybe it has been very amicable, but it's just the Italian media just spicing the hell out of it as they do.
Yeah. Well, it kind of makes it interesting. It kind of adds a little bit more zest to, like, for example, the whole like Bonucci leaking things out to Fabiano Della Valle about the turmoil, and maybe Allegri's kind of petty about it and is like, all right, I can't trust you. You're like my main guy. You're supposed to be the main guy, yet you're leaking things to the press. So that could be one of the things that's just sitting there, and it's like Allegri's like, I'm done with you.
And that could have been an internal power struggle as well. And at the end of the day, Bonucci lost that one, and he's the one that has to go. Like, you see that in politics and history all the time. That
you have to maintain the hierarchy in the room, and if he's disturbing that hierarchy, I do agree that if he is disturbing the locker room and undermining the people above him, then yeah.
Oh yeah, he's asking about the tornadoes there, Sarth.
That was literally like 3 minutes.
You were a lot closer. It didn't really get. I wasn't even in the area, to be honest. So
it touched down about 20 minutes from my shop, and it did in a few trees, a few roofs, but there's no real damage.
Yeah, my sister out in Montreal, she had part of a tree fall on her house.
Mhm.
So I mean, there was something. The winds are pretty high, I suppose, but nothing absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a pretty temperate climate when it comes to that. Like, for example, me in Michigan, it's like the Great Lakes almost like absorb any kind of like weird weather phenomenon. We just like have bipolar weather. Like one day it's like 95 and humid, and the other day it's like 66 and chill.
Can I touch on what you just posted on what Warrior said?
Do it.
I agree that there is a hierarchy and the defense needs to change. I also think that Danilo has got maybe 2 years left as captain, so we need to prep. I'll speak for Frankie. We need to prep Gotti to take on that armband. But when I was speaking of the hierarchy, I was speaking of the suits. And my major issue, I think I had an awakening or an epiphany today. I'm glad your dog's there too, because my dogs keep throwing their bones around. I think I had like an epiphany today where I was so hopeful with Gintoli. I was so hopeful that maybe there was a turning of the page. But I almost feel like Gintoli is here to reinforce Allegri's ideas. And that's the vibe I'm getting. That's the only vibe I can take from Lukaku. And so my issue lies is that everyone that is brought in was brought in with Allegri type people. So I actually think we need to clean house like completely. Like we haven't cleaned house. We have more of the same. And I don't think I was really hopeful. I was one of the guys thinking that, I mean, in the chat, they see me say Italian this, Italian that, core. And I just don't see it happening. I see us just ruining opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for good youth products that are out there, even if they're not Italian. Let's look at Mexicans. I take that back.
I wish I had the South Park button. Scanning for Mexicans.
But yeah, I think we really need to clean house, because I think that anybody that takes part in these type of groups who really care about their club, I think we're set up to be very disappointed at the same time next year.
And Sarthak, yes, that's a lab. Nothing but labs in this household.
I think the one thing that for sure is kind of a little bit eye-opening, and I don't know if maybe they're waiting on Dusan to be moved, but not really any outside of, losing Parisi to Fiorentina, which I honestly think it's total baloney how Fiorentina was able to get him for only 10. And they're like, oh yeah, Juve, you need to fork up 15. Like, part of me at that point is like, I don't want to buy anything from another Serie A club ever again. Like, that to me is excruciatingly frustrating.
Were we ever really that into it though? Or was it just a little piece of news that we're hanging on to?
Maybe, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's just like, it gets irritating because like other clubs like in Serie A, they inflate the price for us. It's ridiculous. And then it's like Fiorentina comes in, oh, hey, we'll give you 10 plus 2. And then Empoli's like, sold. And it's like, really?
No. Hold up. Oh, sorry, Dash. I'm sorry. Bonucci didn't ditch nobody. There was a beef. He had to stay in Italy for his kids' health with the hospitals and whatnot. That part I really don't like about people thinking that Bonucci effed off on Juve. That's not true whatsoever.
Super chat in from KB. Thank you very much. Saying Bonucci ditched Juve first. Juve and him are even.
Sorry, Dash.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, that was ironically, he wasn't even supposed to go to Milan. He was allegedly supposed to go to Man City, but of his kid's health, it sent him to Milan. And I believe Milan was the only club in Italy that could afford him at the time.
And you do anything for your family, right?
Yeah.
Especially
if anything, we should respect that, hold that above everything else.
Yeah, what is it? Milan had that hostile takeover from China at the time. It was like, I forgot, it was the before Elliott management. I forgot who had Milan before Elliott, but they spent like 250 million on a transfer window for like 11 players and sold them all next season.
Welcome in. We've got official fan club Empire State. What's going on?
Not much. Not loving the Lukaku links, but I do love making Inter squirm. So like, there's like, for that alone, I've said before, I'm ready for Villanera Juve, and it's a very Villanera Juve transfer, especially because our ability to blow big chances might double negative with Lukaku's blowing big chances.
Well, the thing is everybody keeps mistaking it, guys. Lukaku is a center back, not a striker.
And I mean, with Allegri, he's going to play the center back anyway.
Exactly.
So
He
The
is
jokes actually depress me more. It makes it hurt more.
I also see a lot of like, you know, we were like heavily linked with Conte, and this could be another move to like, hey, Antonio, look what we got for you. So when Max is ready to go, look what's already waiting for you.
That's a very interesting idea. Maybe.
Wishful thinking.
Could you
I
imagine that?
I try to see the positive in every situation.
Yeah, but
so I'm like, okay.
could you imagine Juve sending Conte an email and it just opens with this?
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom.
Just there in a Juve jersey. That's all they send to Conte. It's like, here, that's it. Nothing else.
That's way too much. I heard actually that there was a contact earlier, apparently contact with Lukaku when Inter was doing the Champions League finals. So what was that? June, early June, late May. And Conte was actually reached out to ask how he is. Now, again, sources, I don't know how true this is, but apparently this is a thing. So this is pre-Gentoli, obviously. This is Allegri. Does Allegri know that he's on the... Is there some sort of agreement with Conte? Like, Allegri knows he's only got another year or two. Max.
Yeah. I think it's even to the point where like he's got the first half of the season.
Yeah. I think he's got up until December. If he's not in the top
half of the
four,
season.
I'm honestly
the financial implications are. This is all about finances.
So I think that if we let him go in January, I think it's a significant drop off from what it would have been. It would, I think it was like 60 million it would have cost. I think if we let him go at halfway through the season, maybe it's closer to 40, which seems like a much more manageable number for Exor, maybe. You know what I mean? We're not behind there looking at the books saying like, well, we actually know what's going on. I mean, we just get the joy of speculation.
I think it was 40.
Yeah. I think it was.
So then let's say it goes down, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I cannot guarantee this, or maybe there's a little bit more amortization because he'd be coming into the last season, and where the financial books are, because it'll be January and it'll be 2024 technically and not 2023 anymore, so that they can claim it on a loss differently the way the financial books work, and then we'll get another 15 points deducted. But at this point, anything that happens that seems like not even remotely shady, like, Allegri went to the bathroom halfway through practice, 15 points deducted.
I'm waiting for us. If we sell Dusan to PSG for 90 million, we're going to get hit with a 5-year ban for selling a striker that's absolute garbage for that much. Like, he's not rated that much. That's not what Transfer Market says he is.
Well, PSG's owner is the puppet master, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about anything with PSG. Also, I should mention here, Jeff with another super chat. Thank you. That's 3 of the night. You guys are awesome. Hopefully, Gentoli can find that unknown talent. There's names that have been linked that nobody's heard of before. So maybe.
The other thing is we have like 44 players, and we need to get rid of 20 of them.
There's also that.
So everyone talking about, like, I heard you guys a little bit earlier about like Parisi, and I want to touch on the Bonucci thing in a second. We didn't have the Parisi money. The only reason people saying like oh, well, we could spend 40 on Lukaku, but we couldn't spend 10 on Parisi. Also, first, fuck Empoli for trying to give you double standard. I see it as like, hey, maybe we're playing a little bit of a 4D chess move also. Like we have Arthur going to Fiorentina also.
I thought about that too. It's a good link.
Right? So then maybe next summer, when we actually have space on the left for Parisi, because we currently have an overload with Illing, Kostic, and Alexandro essentially all available on the left. We don't love those options on the left. I'm not saying we have to love them, but there's an overload there, and we're missing for people on the right. Now, coming in to be on the right, I think Coney de Winter should get a shot, not just in testing him as a right center back, but also as a right back in general in a back four. I think that we've just proven our Capitano's utility and him possibly also deputizing on the left at sometimes in terms of not just as a center back, but also possibly as a left back, kind of like a deep lying left back that slots in and lets the right back go forward, if you would. I think the options are there. I think we need to really be focusing on, and also the whole Lukaku thing hinges on the fact that Vlahovic is being sold, which we don't, what has to happen before August 4th, and we don't know if it's going to happen because that also hinges on Mbappe being sold to Real. So there's a lot of moving parts that need to happen, and I think it's smart for Giuntoli and co to be looking at what other options are out there. Now, am I saying that Lukaku is the end-all, be-all caliber striker? No, but looking at guys that are his caliber for that price, who is available?
And Sarthak, I think, I want to say Colo has made an edit with Lukaku in the Juve
Yeah, I
kit.
believe IFTV also have edits of Lukaku in a Juve jersey. But Colin, your hands raised. Go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm really bad at I have no filter. I apologize.
No, cool. Cut me off. I don't care.
No, John, I'll admit bias here, but I'd much rather see us spend an extra 10 on Jonathan David than waste.
I would too. I would too.
Canadian bias.
I have younger, possibly more versatile player bias, but we're
You'll
not.
find us a dozen Mexicans that'll be better than Lukaku. But the guy hasn't done more than I think 26, 27 season games in 2 or 3 years. He hasn't scored. His scoring habits have dropped off in 3 years as well.
He wouldn't be coming to Juve to score though. He'd be coming specifically just for hold up play and to lay balls off to Fagioli, lay balls off to Chiesa, lay balls off to potentially a way bombing forward. And I also think Lukaku has kind of shown his versatility in a 3-5-2 and is a central striker in a 4-3-3, where Dusan has basically proven that he can do bupkis with most things. So I mean, like, I'm trying to see a positive of like how we make a squad with Lukaku in it work.
So I think it's two things. I think there's two main things about Lukaku here. So number one, Inter was their most dangerous when Lukaku found his feet last season. Because Lukaku, and the thing is like, as much as I troll the guy, and I can't stand him, I think he's a prima donna. He makes the forwards around him better, whether it's drawing defenders or being able to give them space for them to operate. Because, like, for example, Juve doing this is like a 4D chess move to Inter, because they know that essentially Inter's season got salvaged more so because Lukaku started dating Megan Thee Stallion and found his confidence before he.
It's no longer the case.
Yeah,
sure.
before he fumbles it. But like the thing is like if you look at Lautaro's stats, Lautaro with Dzeko and Lautaro with Lukaku, Lautaro is a lot more dangerous, a lot more clinical with Lukaku, drawing off pressure, being able to really facilitate the offense. It looks really weird.
So, but you're implying that he's going to be setting up and playing a hold-up play.
Yeah, I would say he sets up for Keane, because the thing is like Juve don't have a support striker. Like, we can say that Milik kind of does that role, but Milik to me seems more of like you put the ball in the box and you put something behind it.
Keane's
and then Keane's again like more of a hybrid. But like the thing is like, and this is me conspiracy saying right now, but if you were to put Lukaku and Keane next to each other, I think Keane pops off as far as goal scoring. Because
I think that next season is Keane's season anyway.
Yeah,
because he had a summer to really grow into himself, because he like had an insane growth spurt. He's a brick shithouse now, and he's still trying to play like he did when he was 16, floating past guys. So I don't see why like him in a strike partnership would be terrible. Also, I think he could definitely be a more like an actual 10 striker that really holds up the ball and facilitates for other guys.
Yeah, because that's the one thing we can't, like, the issue that we had offensively last season is there was no facilitation of play in the middle. Everything was heavily dependent on Kostic, and we didn't even really do anything on the right side of the pitch, but everything on the left. So it's like, for example, having a Lukaku or having someone, and you don't even have to have a Lukaku. You don't need Lukaku. You just need a Lukaku-esque player with the attributes that's big and strong, that can hold the ball, that can lay the ball off. Because, like, for
Good man's
example,
left.
and the thing is, and this is why I've kind of turned the page on Moise Kean, because before I was kind of like, I wasn't a big fan of him, but I saw his cheese as far as his goals that he got this season, and I'm sitting there thinking,
Dude's got it.
yeah, he's got it. Like, he's got it more than Dusan does. Like, for example, Keane's the kind of guy that's in a 0-0 game last 10 minutes, he might get something. Because, like, for example, if you look at our reels, we had that one where, like, it was against Spezia where Keane, like, shanks it hard, but it still rolls into the net. Like, you need something like that.
Did he do that on purpose?
I don't know. That's the question.
It almost doesn't even matter, though, does it? That's how cheese it is.
A great striker needs to have that kind of karma on his side. I mean, how many times have we been shocked by other goals from other people?
Yeah.
So my question then to you guys is that I'm very, very pro Keane. So if we can all agree that Keane, I think Keane's a like for like with Lukaku, but if I'll take your word for it that you guys think that Keane and Lukaku together would be fantastic. So let's say that's the case. Why not take that 80 mil and reinvest it into the midfield? Because I think everybody knows to a man that Pogba is not it. As much as I love Pogba, optics, the shit for the past week is not good. Optics wise, he's failing. He wasn't healthy at all last year. Didn't play more than 45 minutes. I could be wrong. Correct me if that's the case.
About that, yeah, it wasn't even a full game.
Stretch,
Got that one assist though.
Yeah,
in 45 minutes.
He did. That is true, but you still got to show up.
So I why not reinvest to have someone young, take that 80 million or 70, whatever it's going to be, and reinvest to have Pogba's understudy in the background waiting for him to fuck himself up.
The question is who?
Why do we need to get a striker?
Okay, well, there's a few. I mean, you can talk mids, you can talk strikers. There's a lot of things we need to reinforce everywhere. It's the matter of getting people out of those positions first. So, like right now, I mean, midfield, way too many people in the midfield. So you'd have to move a lot there. So yeah, 80 million. I mean, we can really break it down if we want to, where to spend the money. There's links. And somebody here in the chat, I think it was Vlad, mentioned El Nasiri. I mean, yeah, we have links all the way down the table, all the way down back to Sevilla with El Nasiri, right? So,
and in all honesty, I think what Giuntoli needs to do is he needs to find, whether it's Lukaku or not, but I still think he needs a player, a forward or striker with the same characteristics. Because, like, for example, Misaka saying Bullet Dia, but where Dia just absolutely is filthy is if Dia is playing someone with Lukaku-esque characteristics, because Dia is really filthy on the run. And the thing is like what we've struggled to have really that striker that can take the ball and hold it. Like, I mean, the last striker that we had that could do that decently was Higuain and Mandzukic. Those were the two strikers that were, again, they could finish, but they also knew how to provide and set up, where it's like Milik is just kind of like, it's a hybrid. I'd rather have him finish more than I would have him build the game up from the back. And it's like the same thing with Keane, where it's like, I'd rather have Keane attack into space, dribble into space, and have him do his thing, or be at the end of a ball instead of really have him focus on the buildup, where it's like, and the thing is, and this is me playing devil's advocate for Lukaku, where I think Lukaku's at that point in his career where he knows that it's like, for example, in wrestling, where you have the old guy that puts the younger guys over. I think Lukaku might kind of understand it, because from what I saw from watching Inter recently over those games, just to kind of understand Lukaku was really trying to put over Lautaro more so with a lot of the play and a lot of the movements. It's not like, for example, Everton Lukaku. It's not, Manchester United Lukaku. But, it's me playing devil's advocate, but I do think offensively, Juve, whether it's if Jonathan David has those characteristics or not, I mean, it's good for him because he's got resale value if he pops off. I hate saying that, but sometimes
I don't even like that attitude, that mentality.
Yeah, I don't, and that's one of the arguments I see on Twitter, where it's like, we need to buy players with resale value, and it's like, we're not feeders. Like, no, that doesn't work at all. Like, if I'm Fiorentina, that makes sense.
Also, Saudi will probably still pay 40 mil for him in 40 years. They don't care.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's interesting because it's like you need. This is interesting. So Vlad is saying we need a striker like that in Morata, but we let him go. Ironically, he might go to Milan. So he's on
Is
the
he linked
radar.
back to Milan? I thought he was just settling in. He renewed his contract. He was good to go.
No, I think Atletico's just renewing his contract so they can use him as a bargaining chip for
Yeah,
a
get more
loan or
money.
something. But yeah, you need that striker. I don't know. To be honest with you, I think Morata has it, but I don't think he has it like a Lukaku-esque build would have. Because I think that's the main thing in the center of the pitch where we have an issue because Dusan can't connect with the midfield. And then it's like Keane and Milik can, but then that puts them in a terrible position offensively. And then again, it forces you to go out wide. So, look, and this isn't me even looking at the finances because allegedly, even if Juve were to do the whole Lukaku Nesbit, I believe Juve save a decent chunk of money by swapping those guys. But I don't know. For me,
I think it's negligible. I think it's like 5 or 6 mil a season.
Probably not huge difference, but yeah, there might be a slight increase.
Especially if the wages are going to be the like proposed like 10, 11 million that were supposedly offered to Lukaku.
So let me ask you guys this, more so you three. Would there be a production upside with Lukaku, or would there? Go ahead, Colin.
I was just saying, who else would you be asking? There's only 4 of us here.
Well, yeah, that's true, but the chat too as well. But so thinking of it as a production aspect, who do you think would produce more, Dusan or Lukaku?
I think. Sorry, go.
We're expecting Dusan not to improve his game, right? We're expecting the same Dusan.
Current
Yeah,
Dusan.
make it status quo.
So I would say, I mean, the biggest issue that we had in our attack and the thing we would have benefited the most from is hold-up play. And as far as hold-up play strikers go right now, there aren't a lot better out there than Lukaku.
I would agree with that. That's the big thing. What we're trying to do, Lukaku is more suited for it currently.
And I don't like what we're trying to do, to be fair. Like I don't necessarily like that either. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, right?
Colin?
I'm not happy about any of this shit.
This is not happening.
I don't like the idea of having I don't know, man. Like I said, I actually disagree with the whole we were missing hold-up play. I mean, we were missing a hold-up play last year, but we were more so missing midfielders that could pick those lanes.
Yeah.
All those through balls that I miss, we need a midfielder that doesn't miss those in pro clubs. You know?
Very true. Very true. All right,
That's how I feel about that. Sorry.
Let's flex a little bit. We'll get back to Vlad's question. He's had this up here for a while. With Quadrado out, Bonucci physically not being able to contribute or out, and Alexandro not expected to play much or also maybe out, who's going to be our vice captain?
Chesney or Rebbio?
I would say
I think it's going to be Waj.
Have a long-term contract.
I mean, you could possibly give it to Chiesa if he sticks around. It's like anchor him in.
No, they go by seniority.
Yeah, I know you go by seniority, but if you want to go more North American style, if you will,
it's Alexandro.
Yeah, it's de facto. It's Alexandro.
No, but you get rid of all these names.
No,
get rid of all these guys.
Getting rid of all those names. I think Alexandro, if we keep him, he's going to play a lot more games than we think he is.
Probably because you're not playing twice a week.
Yeah.
But
you just got to make sure he doesn't have an auto renew clause again.
I would just put Chiesa in as a fanboy. That's just fanboying.
I don't know. I saw a photo that was Allegri, Giuntoli, Danilo, and Fagioli all standing next to each other, and I was like, oh, so maybe you have Fagiolino as the vice captain.
Do you think Fagioli? So here's an interesting question. You think Fagioli is going to be a 100% for sure starter next season?
I think he's one of the few players that is like currently unsellable on the team. I think it's
he's the next
Danilo.
Okay, well
as long as he doesn't blow his knee out like Marquisio did.
Ugh.
Oh, we hope not. We hope not. Oof. But okay, well let's look at this.
Where's the wood? Someone's got to knock on some wood.
Don't worry, it's Butcher Block. It's Butcher Block. Oh.
Thank you.
Beauty. So
Did somebody say what? I can pull up Lukaku's video again.
don't pull your wood out, please.
That's big ROM for you guys. That's some big ROM.
Hold on. I gotta take care of dog stuff.
As long as it's terrible.
Hey man, it got Megan.
I need another beer.
What are you drinking?
I don't know. Oxbow Brewing Co. Lupolo. I don't know. It's supposed to be an Italian style pilsner. It's like a really hoppy pilsner.
Yeah.
So our good friend Yusuf coming in hot, saying Padula just reported PSG will make a 90 million offer for DV9. So that means they probably
90 million.
they probably know that Mbappe is on his way out. If
90 million.
If it's 90 million, I take that. I will fly to Turin and I will take
To get it out of here?
I know.
Well, PSG has to get rid of Mbappe because he's causing too much shit at their locker room. So they need.
I think it's going to be really funny when he gets to the Real Madrid locker room and Florentino Perez sits him down and says, "I'm the captain now. You're going to spend half the season on the bench if I don't fucking want you. Don't do what I tell you to."
But the thing is, it's interesting because it's like, for example, it's really only PSG that wants Dusan. Like, for example, Bayern's kind of passed away from him. Nobody in the Premier League wants him. It's like, in my opinion, I think him going to Ligue 1 is almost like a downstep. And like, if Mbappe leaves PSG, like
Ligue 1 is not even technically in the top 5 leagues anymore.
It's like seventh.
Yeah.
It's like, because the thing is like people like the argument is like watch him absolutely tear it up in League. It's like, well, congratulations. It's like 38-year-old Alexis Sanchez is killing it in League. It's like it's not anything.
Hey, that was all Igor Tudor.
Okay, I mean, hey, we can say that too. But like,
I'm a big Igor Tudor guy too. I really want.
I'll get on board with that.
I really want Igor Tudor. I think that he's one of those kind of coaches. I think he could have. You have basically Conte with a little bit more tactical flexibility, but he has the same issue where he like picks his 11 and he runs them into the ground.
Yeah. But I'm kind of curious to see if he has what he would do with a squad that has more financial resources to provide him with decent depth versus, like, for example, Marseille. I think he could do quite better. But look, part of me is like, PSG's being stupid and they're trying to find something, and Juve are about to con them pretty badly if they get him for 90 million, because that's going to be ridiculous in my opinion. Because like in my head, when I was going into the summer, I'm like, dude, we don't get anything more than 60.
No, if we get 90, we have to jump on it. 100%. I don't look at him as a Juventini just yet.
My thing is like
18 months, guys. I don't know why everybody's gushing over a guy that's been with us for 18 months.
That's literally what I was just about to say.
He's black and white, and everybody jumps on the first chance to shit on him.
Yeah, it's like the thing is, it's like, again, that's like my biggest issue is like, why are people having all these like heartstring pulls for Dusan? Because like in my opinion, Dusan was always going to jump ship, whether it be this season or 2 or 3 seasons down the road. To me, Dusan was another delay where he comes in, springboards himself, and goes somewhere else later down the road. Like I never thought that Dusan was the guy that, because my thing is, and this is the issue I have with some of the Juventus fan base here, is they think that Dusan is going to retire Juventino. No way in hell that happens.
This isn't FIFA.
No way in hell that happens. He
can't
goes
afford that.
No.
Within 2 contracts, he's making $15 million a season.
And that's if he continues that trajectory.
Even if he doesn't, he's a prima donna. If we sign him to a new contract, he's going to want at least 10, right? Because what is he on? 8 now?
He's 7.5 plus 2.5 in bonuses.
7.5 plus 2.5 in bonuses. Okay, so it's going to be at least like anywhere between, let's say, 9 to 12 that he's going to want on the next contract. Let's say he lands somewhere in between there. That means the contract after that is going to be 12 to 15.
Yep. And then
it'll be a 3-year, and then he's going to be 26, and then he's going to be signing his contract, and his 26 when he's 26 years old, coming into his prime. He's going to want top dollar. There's no way. Chiesa, on the other hand, if we can get him to sign on for a couple more seasons and then up his wages to $8 million, which also that whole thing of him was all rumor. He never actually asked to be increased. There was never talks. That never happened. Fake news.
Well, Chiesa, you have more. You have the thing is like for example, Juventus has more control on his fate than Dusan. Because like for example, right now Chiesa is what I believe 23, 24 years old. So for example, you sign Chiesa because his contract expires in 1 year. So if you sign Chiesa for a 4 or 5 year extension, you're pretty much locking him down. And this is where it kind of sounds a little bit messed up here. And I'm gonna invite Hefe in real quick, but this is where it kind of gets a little bit fucked up on my end here. Like you kind of take advantage of his ACL injury, or because he didn't pop off like you thought it would. This is where you lock him down long term with a really good deal. Because of that injury that he had, you
Or you
have
give him
more.
7 and you throw another 4 years on his contract.
Yeah, that's the thing. You give him 7 or 8, and then you're like, hey, we still believe in you. That's why we're giving you this longer contract. And that's where you lock down Chiesa. Where it's like, for example, Dusan, if Dusan scores, again, 15 goals the next 2 seasons in a row, hypothetically, say that he turns the corner, he's looking at Juve and he's wanting that Premier League money. He's like, I want it. And that's the same thing with De Ligt. Like, De Ligt, for his contract negotiation, he wanted more money. Like a lot of people are saying that, yeah, he hated Allegri and he wanted to leave. That was part of it. But then the other thing too, it's he wanted a lot more money. He wanted more. He got a raise when he went to Bayern Munich. He was already at 12 million a season with us. And he wanted more. And he's technically not even the best defender in the world. He's not even the best one in the Netherlands.
Not even the best defender at Bayern right now.
No, he's a top 15 in the world at best.
Exactly.
Still pretty good, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
just
not
we're
what
used,
we thought he was.
we're used to having 1, 2, and 3.
Including Bonucci?
Including Bonucci.
Oh, boy.
And technically Benatia, too, because Benatia was really beastly when we got him as well. It's just we just didn't utilize him properly. But, Jeff, how are you, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's been busy today. I had to take an exam. I finally had to take that real estate exam. So
nice. Finally did it.
Yeah, I passed it. So literally, I'm running on caffeine,
see the news
Adderall,
article
and a brain cell.
News article: Florida man passes real estate exam, sells houses to crocodiles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sells crocodiles as houses.
I compensate my customers with a alligator here and there. So yeah,
alligator shoes comes in with alligator shoes, alligator skin shoes. I gotcha.
So I think this is the first time commenter here. Welcome, Jolek Fastolek. He says Milik or Pogba will be the Capitano in J Medical next season. They both spend more time in hospitals than I do. Greetings from Poland, guys. Thank you for support. This is Jolanta. Okay, yes, that's right. Welcome in. So yes, she is. How do I say it? There's like PayPal fundraiser thing going on for her fight. We put it up in the Discord, anyways, if you want to check that out. So thanks. Welcome in. And yeah, what do you guys think? I like how she kind of made fun of herself a little bit at the same time there. But Milik or Pogba? Pogba for sure, I think. But
I don't think Milik's going to be in J Medical that much.
He will, I think, a little bit.
Let's hope nobody's at J Medical next year.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. You don't think Pogba's going to be in J Medical too much?
No, Milik.
No, Milik.
No.
Milik, yeah, Milik, no.
Either that or we hire Gregory House. Dr. House, that's what we're going to have to hire. So it's either one or the other.
So whoever built the $6 million man, we should get that guy.
Yeah. David is saying people are in love with Dusan's jawline.
Is that what it is? I thought it was his thighs.
Shit.
And people love pink shirts. 2 pink shirts tonight.
Oh yeah, I got
three.
This one counts as a pink.
Three.
Second
both are fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah, I got the Zinedine Zidane, the Zizou one.
Beauty. Dash, if you wash your clothes.
Generations of pink right there.
Oh, yeah.
So if I wash my clothes in red, here
the red.
I can do my lights.
That's how we got the pink in the first place.
Actually, I should have got it. My parents bought me. It was my birthday not too long ago. They got me some Juve gear and the new training kit. It's the black and the white, but the stripes are pink. It's pretty nice, gotta say.
Yeah, the pink ones are really nice for sure.
But it's just like the pink accent.
It's so easy to make Juve kits, but Adidas decides that they're going to do something fancy every year.
I'm sorry, Nike makes better kits. I have to say it because Adidas.
I'm gonna be honest.
I was so excited when we signed.
Card.
That's exactly what it is.
I feel
like the new kit is like 80% of the way there. Like if the stripes were just solid stripes, it would be.
But like the third kits, always blow my mind. I'm like, why? I just don't understand.
What do you guys?
Some of them
what do you
are
guys think
dope.
of the? Go ahead.
That's all I had. Some of them are dope.
They let the interns do our kits. They're like, okay, so for your final project this year, you're going to design Juve's new kits. Don't worry about the history of their club. Don't worry about anything related. Just do whatever you feel.
Do you see that Pescara kit? Was a couple years ago, a kid drew a Pescara kit that had like a fish and a rainbow or some shit. It was epic. It was 100% out of like a 6-year-old's grade school, whatever art class, but they put it into a jersey.
That's a great kit.
And they went with it.
Yeah, the one Colin has is one of my favorites.
Yeah, man. That's what I use as my goalkeeper uni.
I love
the year. I think it's 15-16 from the kit that Colin's wearing right now. That year was the only year that like Adidas really knocked it out of the park.
No, it was
black
Nike.
And gold kit. No, the one that Colin's wearing is
yeah.
That black and gold kit. The shorts I didn't love. On the black and gold kit, and when we ended up wearing just the black shorts, it looked much better.
So,
yeah, but like that's cool for a Serie C team. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they gotta sell jerseys. You know what I mean? Like, Juve fans just want a basic jersey that's like stupid. I know that someone's gonna say, "Oh, how's your job at Foot Locker?" Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, I know that's gonna happen anyway. So like at least give me solid stripes. You know what I mean? Shit. Like this, I'd accept something like this. Just start doing throwback home jerseys.
Our best jerseys were the 90s. Our best jerseys, hands down, 90s.
That's why I'm hoping that. So I'm pretty sure that Sony has about $13 billion to reinvest in advertising costs currently, because I know everybody pays attention to like the console wars. They need to make some huge purchases in terms of exactly. They need to make.
We're all master race here. We don't pay attention to that peasant shit.
I don't give a shit. I'm just saying in general, like. Yeah, but like it's gonna suck for most of the PC Master Race anyway, because you're gonna have to wait for ports forever, and then you're gonna get like CD Projekt Red level ports that are gonna suck for the first 2 years. So how Master Race is that? You guys can keep playing PUBG. That being said, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Listen, you know what I mean? Like talk your shit, just be ready to get it back. If Sony has the money, the nostalgia aspect of it, Sony would look great on our kits again. You know, that's all. That's my 2 cents on that one.
Well, yeah, we are ditching Jeep apparently. So
the contract is up, so we don't know if they're going to sign again.
Doesn't look like it by the reports.
For some funny money laundering to happen, and somehow like Ferrari is just like, we're going to give you $2 million a season.
I think that's what's going to happen.
$200 million a season.
I think that's the way.
Now that Dave's back and all 5 of us are here, I do have a question. So one thing I was thinking about with this whole Lukaku thing, it was that knowing Italian politics, having seen all the backstabbing that's happened over the past, say, 3 decades, part of me thinks that this Lukaku thing is just it's just rumors, just bullshit, just to get Inter to bugger off. Because now I think they're completely off of Lukaku, and they're going to be losing a massive portion of their offense.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what do you guys? And maybe that's me being wishful thinking that we're not going to sign him, and we're just spinning the wheels to get Inter to lose him. But I mean, I've seen things like that happen in Italy a lot over the past 30 years.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
We've done stuff like that before.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like it wouldn't surprise me, because the thing is, Giuntoli was like, he allegedly told, you know, it's 7 days. If this doesn't happen in 7 days, Lukaku, we're not looking for you. So like, you know, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you, because Juve do be doing some banter shit recently, and like we're saying, heel turn Juve. We're waiting for villain Juve, and that might be some villain Juve stuff, because
Listen, if Gintoli comes in and his first move is like screwing Inter out of Lukaku and setting them up where they're like
Lukaku at the same time.
But not acquiring Lukaku at the same time and still convincing Inter to sell Onana, like that's just a masterstroke.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Absolutely.
Because then this is the thing is that regardless, they're going to have to go out for another striker. Now that they'll have the Onana money. Let's say they go to Lille for Jonathan David. Lille's gonna ask for the whole kit and caboodle. They're gonna be like, "No, you with 70 for Jonathan David. We know you need him."
Yeah, and that's the thing where I think Italian clubs fuck up is more so like, for example, even like Milan. I believe there's like a player from.
What you need to think it's the 90s still?
Not yet. No, clearly not. No, but like the thing is like, for example, if I was Milan, I would have bought my players first and then sold Tonali, because now everybody is highballing Milan on transfers because they know that they have the Tonali money. Because, like, for example,
I don't think they had any money.
What?
I don't think they had any money.
Well, I know, but that's the thing, though. Like, for example, they got to be a little bit more financially sound, because, like, the thing is like, there's like, I believe it was AZ in the Netherlands. Like, Milan was trying to buy a player, and now like AZ is like, nope, you got to add 3 more million to this, or
Dude,
we won't sell
their whole ownership are incompetent. I'm gonna be honest. Ever since they got rid of Maldini.
So it's like the thing is like it's the same thing. The same thing's gonna happen to Inter with Onana, and the same thing's gonna happen to us if we sell Dusan before really moving on anything. Where everyone's like, these guys got some merit bread. Let me squeeze this out as much as I can. Because like the thing is, that's kind of what happened with Bremer. If you think about it, originally it was 40 million, and now like Bremer was purchased for 50 to 55 million right after De Ligt was sold. So it's like, part of me is kind of like, Italian clubs need to be a little bit more careful on this stuff, because it's like, everyone knows the second they sell a big name player for a ton of money, they're like, all right, cool, let's jack these prices up real quick and let's see if we can. That's the one thing that really irritates me. Like, it's always Italian clubs always fumbling it when it comes to transfers.
Oh yeah.
So I was just catching up on the news there, and yes, Tutto Sport linking Morata with us once more.
That's bound to happen every year now.
It is.
Yeah,
it's like how
we're gonna get linked with Morata, Berardi. Morata and Berardi every summer till they die.
No more SMS. Not for this season, anyway.
No. SMS is.
Berardi would be a fantastic addition, man. On one minus, like, beside the finances part, like we just talking.
Well, I did wish SMS a happy retirement. I did wish him that.
Yeah, that's.
If I was SMS, I would be wishing me a happy retirement too. Are you kidding?
I just asked him, probably getting some champagne bottles, maybe like in Europe, not in Saudi Arabia, but yeah.
We made it. That's what I would be saying. Are you kidding? We're talking about a guy
mad. I understand it.
He's what, with that money, he's like in the top 10 richest Serbs now. I mean, like, Luka Jones, like the basketball guys, and then him.
The basketball guy. How about the tennis
team? I watch basketball guys, but I know there's a bunch of Serbians that are killing it. Like,
there's a tennis Niko Jovac.
It's the Joker.
Which is Slovakian.
It's a Joker.
Is he Slovakian?
I think Donic is Slovakian.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about the tennis guy.
Oh no,
Djokovic.
Djokovic, yeah, the Joker. They call him the Joker here in the U.S.
Yeah, dude, I wish that guy a happy retirement. Yeah, that's not happening.
I wish Saudi Arabia would come in and pay like 150 for Dusan and take him off. Or
to be honest, though,
well, they pretty much are with PSG.
What I expect about Gintoli is probably like, I expect him to like look for like that unknown talent that nobody knows, but he kind of picks him up, kind of like what they did with Cavada. But I'm just expecting that. I'm not expecting any like high profile player. I think it's gonna have to be somebody low key. Somebody that nobody knows, and then he just pops off.
I think that's Weah, honestly. I think it's Timmy.
I actually think Weah is a great pickup, but I mean, like, we're saying things that that's a base expectation. It's like saying, I hired a janitor. I really hope he mops the floors. We hired Gintoli to do that shit. So yeah, he better do that shit.
He's gonna have to.
He can bounce, because the only reason he's around is to find those. And I have a lot of Napolitano friends, and they're like, Gintoli is a small cog in the whole machine, and that the scouts did a lot of it. Now, Southerners are spiteful people, so maybe they're just talking shit. But we brought him in to find the unknown talent. He better find the unknown talent. And I'm not saying it needs to be immediately, but it has to be in the next year or two.
Yeah, I agree.
My counter to the Napolitani are how many other clubs are looking to take your scout and make them their sporting director? Because we have Tognozzi, who is our chief scout, who has basically Sampdoria was like, we'll pay you the max salary we can pay you to come be our sporting director. So to counter that, we're talking about a guy that has found younger talent. I think that we have the scouting staff at Juve that's available. I just think it's finding Giuntoli is the guy that says, okay, give me a guy that can do X, Y, Z for this kind of position.
I think we've done a really good job, though. Like, especially with the next gen, like a lot of these younger talents are popping.
That's all Tognozzi. That's all Tognozzi.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think they've done really, really well. So I can't really criticize that. I think it was just the Paratici era, the one when he was taking shrooms and thinking he could do magic. I don't know.
Watching Gen X is actually a hell of a lot more entertaining than watching the men's team. 100.
Dude, I remember, what was it, like Benfica and Juve, when Benfica was thrashing them in the Champions League, and then the moment that Allegri played their youngsters, they just like churned up the intensity, like completely. It was like a 180. It's just,
that's what you get when Montero is your coach.
Yeah.
Montero's he's not the next gen coach. He's the U19 coach, right?
Yeah, he's the one.
Speaking of U19 players, Luis Haza. Keep an eye on him. Luis Haza.
Speaking of players, Vlad wants to know our take on Frank Kessie.
We do have to bring Kessie up tonight.
Where does he play? Where does he play in our midfield? That's my question.
So I'm going to make the assumption that Pogba's gone if we get Kessie.
Yeah, but he doesn't do what Pogba does.
No, he's a Locatelli.
No, but it doesn't mean that we need to, depending on how
he does what Locatelli does, arguably better than Locatelli, and then would allow Locatelli to be an 8 and not a 6.
I think it comes down to the formation. If we do 2 defensive midfielders in a 3-5-2, it could make sense to have Rabiot and Kessie and just have 2 big midfielders in that spot. And then, I don't know. Yeah, Locatelli. There's still the Locatelli issue.
That like classic, like booby trap of 2 swinging logs that just like smash something in the middle.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I imagine of a double pivot midfield with Rabiot and Kessié. Is it Kessie or Kessié?
I think the second one, technically.
Kessie fucking no.
Kessie fucking no.
Well, the only way that makes sense is getting
how much is that going to cost? Isn't he on like $15 million a season? Like, we can't afford that.
No, I don't think so. I think he's purchased price is 15.
Yeah, he's not super expensive. It's looking like a loan deal if it's happening.
The only time Kessie makes sense is if Juve know for sure they're not bringing Rabiot back after this season.
I think it'll be too expensive. Like that.
Kessie is 6.5 net right now in Barcelona.
I really don't care about him. I don't know. It's like whatever if he comes.
He is kind of bulletproof, though.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah,
he's got nuts. I've spoken about Brent 1,000 times on this channel, and
KF squad, we have space for one more. Just click the link.
We can have up to 10.
I'm not a fan. We have other players that can suit his position, and I think we should stick with the guys we already have. We've invested.
Guys, I think we should get rid of 20 guys before we talk about bringing in anybody.
Sounds like a bad porno.
Yeah, it is a bad porno.
20 guys.
And we're the ones getting talked.
And Vlad brings up the point too that Kessie's another workhorse. We need a creator.
We need
why are we guys? Nicola Fagioli. Let him.
We have the youngsters that could potentially do it.
I think that if you force Fagioli and you say, listen, this is your time to take what you're capable of, and I Dash, based on you incessantly talking about Blue Lock, I've watched all of it.
I haven't even
And
tried.
get players that can make a chemical reaction.
I do think for Fagioli, I think this season will be perfect for him. It'll be a good litmus test. I mean, knowing that we're not playing any European competition, we can focus on that. Maybe we'll see how well he does playing a little
We
bit.
don't know that we're not playing Europe.
No, I believe
No,
it's
we're not.
we're not.
I don't think we are.
Wasn't the deadline for them to officialize it yesterday?
It was. I think Juve took a deal just one season off, and we'll be back the following season.
But that wasn't an official statement yet, though.
That
So
wasn't an official statement yet.
Was it? No, okay. So did they pull out of the Super League?
They're working on it.
yeah, they're working on making an
we said
official
that we're-
withdrawal.
Yeah, it's the like most. It's tell me you're not pulling out of the Super League without telling me you're not pulling out of the Super League.
Oh shit.
Say it's
That's
telling
the
her
way
that
I
you're not
see
pull-
it.
Do you
like
tell her when you're pulling out?
Yeah, it's like telling her when you're not pulling out when you're
Yeah,
actually telling her
no.
to not pull out.
Listen, 18 years, boys. 18 years.
I think pulling out of the Super League is you know what? I'm fucking rolling a joint on live. I can swear all I want. I think it's fucking spineless. I think it's spineless.
I don't think we're doing it. I don't think we're actually doing it. I think we're going to say we're doing it, but A22 and Florentino Perez have all come out and said, yeah, no, we're going to press charges against UEFA for this shit. And a lot of them have talked about how Juve has evidence that Inter was colluding with Gravina for the whole 15 points. I think this is all going to blow up in UEFA's face, to be honest with you.
Do they have evidence though? I would love that though, because I would really.
That's what I keep hearing. I would love for that to be true. Maybe somebody's like, blowing smoke up my ass, but
Dude,
I think it's irrelevant.
Roast my friends, I would do it for that moment. I would love to do it.
Colin, go.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say I'm the oldest one in this chat. And I don't know if y'all recall, but to touch on what's your name with the Nike jersey?
Tal. Tal. It's like Paul with a T.
Dope.
Pronunciation
All right.
purposes.
I think Tal could have hit the nail on the head. If y'all recall, during Calciopoli, after the what's it called when you can't press charges anymore because the
Statute of limitation.
Thank you. Okay, so after that had passed, we had found out that the private investigators were hired by Inter. That Inter had done the same stuff. So
Inter actually did worse. They actually have evidence on Inter. I'm sorry to correct you here. There actually only exists evidence on Inter because the only person that was implicated on the Juve side was Moji, and Moji was 100% exonerated. So technically, Juve is owed still 500 million with inflation from the FIGC that would completely bankrupt the FIGC, which was a lawsuit that Andrea Agnelli was suspending every season at the beginning of the season. It was like a ritual thing. He would go and suspend the lawsuit for one more year. Not a lot of people like to talk about that. Not a lot of people like to remember that. But it was basically by the grace of Agnelli that the FIGC wasn't getting prosecuted for these crimes.
So then, I think that
continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
No. You're jumping into the same type of point. You're just making it better. I am 100% with that. If somehow the Twin Towers could happen to the San Siro, I may do a little dig.
Oh, hey, baby, fly Emirates.
I said it. Quote me on it. I said it.
Shit.
Oh my god. Honestly, I'm sure that would as much as that would I would probably end up benefiting them because they're just trying to get that thing demolished anyway.
Hamza, what's going on?
Hamza,
Ciao.
You got a blazer on. Yeah, look at him.
Hey, he's the new coach.
Homeboy's like bossed up, man.
He's the gaffer.
Way to make a good impression.
You know what it is. You know what it is. I'm just Allegri's assistant on that today. You know what I mean? I'm out here telling him. I'm
Assisting
whispering
Gaffer.
in his ear. No, no Lukaku. No, no, no Lukaku. No Lukaku.
Hey,
Please no.
if you're Allegri's assistant, I need you to do one favor: beat him over the head every time we have an important match, because he always puts like head scratching starting 11s all the time.
Now you
Because
see,
Hamza
Have you ever
picks him.
watched Weekend at Bernie's? Can we just play Weekend at Max's and you just coach?
no, you see, I'm just working to become the son-in-law of Allegri. So I'm just working on it. This is why I got my suit on. You know, Allegri's daughter is ready to get married with yours truly. Hello, thank you.
He's just the guy that gets the avocado toast and cappuccino.
You know, I mean, I can't go on his bad side, and you know, I mean, father-in-law and all. You know, future. So, guys, how's it going, man? It's been a long time.
It has
It's
been
always,
a long time.
It's always fun when you're here.
Did you have something on your mind that you want to bring up?
Well, I came back from a wedding right now, and I go on my phone, and I'm like, oh my god, Turin Giants are live. I'm like, I'm finally awake for this Saturday Night Live. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in, see what's happening, see what's new. You know what? I've actually got something for Dash. Dash, I was playing football, right? Really competitive game. I went in for a challenge, right? I went in for a challenge. Left foot went in, so I got studied on on my big toe. Went down, carried on, finished the game, you know, as a soldier, you know. So then I come back, go to a wedding, help out, you know, with all the tables and all, you know. I go do the tables, whatever, help out. I go and eat. And obviously, you guys know I love eating. Sit down to eat. As I stand up, yeah, I feel the pain I've not felt pain like that in a long time. So I'm like, oh my God, something's over my toe. So my friend, funny friend, pushes me over. So I'm now on the floor, get up, limping. Now I realize all the people that I've taken the legs out in the past have all come back to get me. So I go and ice it now, yeah. So now I'm icing my toe, you know. I'm said nothing, didn't think much of it. I said, you know what, just ice it. I should get better. Then the next morning it got worse, couldn't move my toe, and I'm like, oh, okay, now this is interesting because I don't think I've been through this before. So I'm like, okay. So my auntie comes through and she works for the NHS, so that's, you know, free medical care that we get in the UK, you know. You know, just repping our UK brand and that, you know. So yes, so she works for the NHS and she goes, look, that looks broken. And I said, no, I don't think so. It's just a bruise, you know. And no, it looks broken. So call 111. So that's our like NHS line. So call 111. I'm like, listen, you know, this is what's happened. You know, they said they think it's broken. So I'm like, okay, go A&E. So A&E is ambulance and emergency. So I go there. And they go to me, you know, we think it's broken as well. Go for an X-ray. I go for an X-ray. It's not broken. So I go to my mate and say, listen, lads, get the football ready. Tomorrow I'm going in for another game.
He's like, I'm going in and I'm going studs up.
I'm taking that guy's legs out. I'm taking that guy's legs out.
Brother, in America, that's an $800 bill.
Oh.
First off, in America, what you do is you call your friend that's a nurse because everybody's got a friend that's a nurse.
Yusuf just says KB
and if
got
you
a
think
bit.
that's a lie, I'm telling you, every American right now in the stream, they know in their head they have at least one friend that's a nurse, or somebody's married to a nurse.
I do.
That's me. I'm marrying a nurse.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that are nurses. On top of doing the real estate, I just passed the license. I'm actually going for a nursing program too. Hopefully, J Medical hires.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking for a job.
If you are going for your real estate license and trying to become a nurse, does that mean that you were a stripper?
Fuck
oh.
yeah.
Hey, that for real is like
Magic Mike was made in Tampa, Florida, dog.
Well played.
No,
I'm saying the pipeline is there. The pipeline is there.
So in Clearwater, Florida, there's a road called US 19. That particular strip, that road is I don't know. I might not be true for this, but I know that it's known for the number one strip road in the world that has the most, not in the world, in the nation that has the most strip clubs.
Clearwater? Hell yeah, that's like Clearwater is a retirement city in Florida, man. You get a bunch of decently paid dudes down there that'll just sit there and just shell dollar bills like it's nobody's business.
It is growing, though. Believe it or not, it is growing. A lot of people are coming there, like not just retired.
Yeah, because people don't like paying taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half of Canada goes to Florida. Half of your population are Canadians. because we hate our taxes.
That's why everyone down there is an
Or
asshole.
that, or Albanians who try to be entrepreneurs. So.
Listen, I live in
Oh, I'm a big
Connecticut
fan of
right now.
Albanians. I got a lot of friends Albanians.
We pay taxes over here for roads that'll never get fixed for some reason.
You live in Quebec?
No, you're not wrong.
He's like,
Yeah.
you live in Quebec.
No, I'm just gonna say most of the Canadians in Florida or the South of America, anyways, are usually the French.
Yeah.
So you can take those separatists back.
So they're not sending us their best, is what you're telling me.
Oh, absolutely not.
Hold on.
Oh.
Quebec women are some of our best exports,
How
though.
is Montreal?
Yeah, the women are actually. I feel bad for their woman because the dudes are not that great. The women are fine. Dudes.
All right, thanks. I'm going. I got some relatives.
I'll come with you. Don't worry.
Quebec women are like Polish women. Polish and Quebec women are gorgeous. Some of the best that are around. But their men are
You're a
dumb.
Polish nurse, my friend.
You know, it was interesting because I was at a conference this week, and
Don't need no NHS when you marry a nurse.
Yeah, no, I ain't marrying no nurse. Nope.
And he goes for another beer.
They're crazy.
and we lost him. No, but you know what's funny because like I was like sitting there. I was at a conference this week, and a couple of folks approached me, and they're from Montreal, and I was like sitting there, like I paused for a minute, and I'm like thinking, what would Dave do? Like I'm sitting there thinking in my head, I'm like,
did they talk funny or were they normal?
Double.
Okay, they were probably just normal if they talk normal.
No, like normal Montrealians, is whatever you would call them.
Montrealers.
I wanted to say Canucks, but I'm like, is that technically offensive to people in
No.
Quebec? Can you call them a Canuck?
Yeah.
Or is that like
We love that word.
Okay.
I think, yeah. What? I don't know how they feel about it personally, but sure.
Yeah, because like in my head, I'm thinking like BC is like the Canucks because of
the
Canucks.
Vancouver Canucks.
Oh yeah, from the hockey team. But who
I
cares?
might go there though. I might go check it out because I do have relatives in Montreal. I actually met a couple friends on the cruise too from Toronto. So
Dude,
go to Montreal.
Dave's like, go to Montreal. Don't touch Toronto.
I've never been to Florida, so I can't say how much fun you have down there. But I can tell you that Montreal is a fucking blast, dude.
It's the most fun city in the country.
if you want to see, like Florida is really fun, really beautiful for like a week. But like it's like a mix of like beautiful things at the same time. You just see some batshit crazy stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of good golf down there.
They do, yeah. Like outside of the golf in Florida, like the only times you really want to go down there is just like during like college spring break because you just see some stupid shit that's just like.
All right, I will
YouTube
say
worthy.
this like winter time or like springtime. So somewhere between like till May, you should go. July, September, August. Like July, August, September, all the way to October, don't come. It's always raining, hurricanes.
Humid.
Like, it's gonna be like storming. It looks
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then like the only time you really want to go to New York City is when you want to see all like the foreigners at Times Square wearing diapers because no one can leave.
Never do that. I was born and raised in New York City.
Oh, Dave, you
never went to watch the ball drop. Never
Dave,
do that.
you
Everything
didn't know
I
that?
tell you, do not do that.
Okay.
Dave, for the ball dropping in Times Square, that rocking
Yeah.
in New Year's Eve, everybody there is wearing diapers because you cannot move.
Wait.
Oh man,
You
I
guys
did
didn't
not
know
know. I did not know that. I never really thought about it.
At like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Like those people are lining there for, they're standing there for like at least double
There's
digit
no
hours.
chairs. There's no bathrooms. There's no food. You have to wait 12 hours to watch Ryan Seacrest. I don't
I'm gonna be
know.
honest with you, man. I'm fine sitting on the couch on the TV, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so People wants to give Rabio the number 10. Is he
People, I
insane one?
love you, buddy, but you got to stay off the
The
weed.
number 10 to a guy.
Whatever you're smoking, I want some.
Bro, give me that.
That is some good shit.
Nah, hell no, bro.
I love you,
Oh,
people,
no.
but it's a no from me, dog.
No.
I'm a big Rabio fan. I really like Rabio.
How would you give him a 10?
No, I won't give him number 10. I'll give him number 8. I'll give him number 8, you know. But I won't give him number 10.
That's
If he had a long-term contract, I would not be against it.
Nah, I wouldn't give
One-year
him.
contract is what holds me
He's
back.
just not number 10 though, innit? That's just not his position, innit? So that's why I'd be like, number 8 makes
Yeah,
sense.
I don't like the whole giving a random midfielder the number 10. I like that number is a little bit locked to the position.
I would give his mom the number.
I'm
10.
just not a fan of Rabio. I don't know. He did good last season. I'll give him that. But like the other 3 seasons, he hasn't impressed me, so that's why I'm like, nah.
Maybe he's just mentally slow, and it took him a minute to get shit together.
Yeah, I agree with Dash. I agree with Dash. To be fair, I'll give his mum a number 10 as well.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that's. She's like the master negotiator, guys. Come on, stop thinking that we're dirty over here. Jeez,
Exactly.
mine's out of the gutter.
Come on, man. It's just a number.
Come on, lads.
I don't even know what that means, but it's disgusting.
It's all right.
No, but
It's all
on a
right. We
level,
love Cougars here.
right? I think that, the person that takes number 21 should move to number 10. So I think that should be the process. So I think whoever they pick as number 21, I think that
So the
guy
next
should be the
number
next
10
number
is
10.
Kyle Georgia.
No, we don't say that. No, he goes on loan and he goes very far away. Okay, he goes very far away.
I feel like that was a waste of buy. I don't know what he was for.
We
I
only
didn't
paid
see
like
him play at all.
90.
Look, that was like everybody was getting like a young Brazilian prodigy at the time. Ours just blew
knee
his
just
whole
blew up.
leg out.
So why are we trend followers instead of trend setters?
Because nobody can beat Pep Guardiola. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
No, it's a good point though.
That is
Because Italy, I mean, we're the trendsetter in Italy.
Listen, I'm all for gambling. I'm all for it. Let's get Alvarez. Fuck it. I'm down.
Yeah, that was brought out of Alvarez.
Might as well
Let's
get Darwin Nunez. Let's get Darwin Nunez.
who-
too.
Alvarez,
I want Alvarez, bro.
who
That guy can
won
play.
football already, literally won every possible competition that he could have possibly won,
Yeah, within a year.
like 22.
He's done. I guarantee you, he's
Done.
done.
He can go to Saudi Arabia now.
Other countries.
It's a good point. I mean,
Like,
what
if I
does he
was him,
have
I'd
to?
No, we need. You know what? Here's a hot take for you guys. Well, maybe not a hot take, but what I think would be a really good idea. We need Beppe Marotta to become the head of the Italian Federation.
I 100% agree with
That's
that.
not a hot
I mean,
take.
That's not a hot take at all.
Yeah,
not
I mean,
bad.
sure.
That's why I said maybe not a hot take. I've been thinking about this for a while now. He's the only one because he would be leaving Inter, right? It's a big difference to be leaving Juve to go be the head of the Italian Federation, but he's leaving Inter. He knows nobody can make a team better than him. I think we've learned that in terms of being in Italy. Wait a second, I gotta knock this cat out of the get him!
All right. We got it. All right. I got
He's got,
one.
guys, sorry, he has to go.
Sitting on a box of wedding
Uh,
invitations.
Cut Zuma la.
I have one wild take who we can replace Duchan. You're gonna kill me for this. I want Jamie Vardy. That's it.
That's not
Nah.
a hot take. I mean, he's old.
Nah, Timo Werner. Come on, man. With the new offside rule, Timo Werner will cook.
No,
Timo Werner will cook with that.
Hey, no. If we're doing the offside rule,
throw 600 million at Alvaro Morata.
I was about to
and he wins
say.
every penny.
you give Alvaro Morata the key of Turin. That is it. The second that rule comes in, I am taking Alvaro Morata 100%.
Oh,
Vlad
no.
saying hot take Caio George will break into the first team as in be a starter in the 24-25 season.
That's a
Nothing-
very hot take. You know that
Nothing.
he's like
I
going
hope
on.
you're
He's
right.
going to be
I
like
wanna
part of
see what he
the. If he
does.
doesn't get a loan, he's going to the next gen for the whole of next season.
You know, the thing, nothing will ever beat Farad's reaction to Caio George in one of the podcasts because Lucas was like, yeah, I think if Caio George didn't blow his leg out, and then Farad's like, the fuck's a Caio George? And I was like, sitting there, I'm like, wait, what? He still plays with us? And I'm like, you remember Marco
You think that's bad?
Piazza?
We still have Marco Piazza.
Yeah, I'm like, he still remembered Marco Piazza, but like couldn't remember Caio George. I was like, because we were recording too, and I was just kind of like trying my hardest not to laugh.
I was kind of shocked that we still had him. Like, I just was reading like him still being at Juve. Like, we've been sending him on loan for like what 7-8 years now. And
I
I'm
don't
just
know
like,
why.
8. I think it's 8.
Either
Oh,
he's got like
shit.
some dirt on his belly.
He's returned 8 times.
Yes, yeah.
That doesn't mean he's come back a few times where they sent him back in January, and then we found another loan for him for the rest of the season. It's really disappointing. Marco Piazza is one of those players that never was, in my opinion. If you watch what he was doing in the Croatian league before he had that terrible knee injury. He
would have been
was
another Mandzukic.
not another Mandzukic. He would have been like he was very unique. He had a very interesting play style where he would run in and hug the touchline on the like goal line and run past like every defender and then lay off a tiny dink pass to a one-touch goal. I highly recommend watching his highlights from when he was in Croatia.
I'm assuming that was Zagreb, right? Dinamo Zagreb.
Yeah, everybody from Croatia
I
would
swear
play in
that,
Zagreb.
I swear
The
that
only team in
club,
Croatia.
like, produces like gold. I don't know what it is about that club. Like they just like produce like some of the best talent.
Vincenzo, what the fuck's a Bonucci? Said Juntori.
Oh God! Oh no!
Well, the whole Bonucci thing, that's like that ball got rolling last year. That ball got rolling like in like March. They were talking about he would be surplus to our needs. He could start looking for a move as of the start of the new season. And he was like, no, let me prove it. Let me prove myself. And then he spent the rest of the time being completely unavailable.
I feel like a lot of the legends today don't really get much standing ovation as like in general. I don't even think Messi got a standing ovation when he left Barcelona. It's like I
think Barcelona was petty and they didn't do it.
Yeah, and I think Ronaldo didn't get one either at Madrid. So it was like some of the best players of all time didn't even get like a standing ovation. I think even
Messi's not even the best player from Argentina. Fuck that guy.
Now that's spicy. Now we're gonna get comments. We're gonna get a bunch of shit ton of dislikes on that one. You've awoken the Messi fans from their cavern.
Nah, man, I dig Messi. I love Messi. I love watching him play. I don't hate Ronaldo, but
I think it's funny that Messi's a Florida man now.
Maradona,
yeah.
Batistuta,
I gotta go find him, dude. The freaking
I have a bit different of a list. Dybala, and Dybala, and then Mateus Sule.
That's bait. I think he's baiting people. KF, you're trolling. You're mad trolling.
I'll definitely be in the Juve Madrid Orlando match there, so I'll be watching that.
Hey, we might actually get a hold of you for some footage.
Sure.
Yeah, if you go, yeah.
And also when I did join the Orlando fan club, so yeah.
Orlando fan club or the Central Florida fan club? Because I think the Central Florida fan club based in,
but it's located in Orlando.
Is it? I thought they were located in Tampa.
No, Orlando.
Oh,
it's the Central Florida one, yeah. But I got in, yeah. I'm in there, so yeah, I'll be watching it there though. I'll be in Orlando watching the Madrid and the Juve match. It'll be good. It'll be definitely it'll be fun to watch.
All right, guys. Well, I love how we naturally hit everything that was on the show notes tonight. So we talked about everything. So now it's all bonus hours. So either from you guys or from the chat, if there's any more hot takes, because I think we already went through a couple of them, but anything from the crowd.
The most drinks now, so this is when the responses get spicy.
Oh,
now they're all drunk. They're all drunk. They're all stoned.
I'll be
let them fly.
I'll be getting drunk later.
I'm not that drunk.
My exam, passing the exam, so I'll be getting a couple sips.
Nice.
Workout.
So what are we saying? So what's like the censor here? Are we allowed to swear here or no swearing?
Do whatever you want.
Well, okay.
Just no racial slurs.
No racial slurs. All right then. I'll just say this. Fuck Milinkovic Savic. That dumb dickhead. Yep, I said it. What a waste, man.
I low-key approve, but I'm just messing with you.
What a waste, man. Honestly, I lost my mind. I wake up one morning and I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what is this dickhead doing? Like, with all due respect, yeah. I wake up the night before I go to my mates. I'm like, yo, Milinkovic Savic said no to Saudi. You know what I mean? Saudi, not just Saudi. You know what I mean? 50 million, 100 million. He said he don't want it. He says he wants Juve, only Juve. Next morning, I get a call from my friend. What are you saying about Saudi? I look on my phone. Fabrizio Romano, he's going. I'm like, oh.
He got
ridiculous.
that
Sure,
word
it's
from
him,
Adam
not his
22,
brother.
bro.
Hey, the Saudis are paying Fabrizio Romano. That's what Misak is probably going to tell everybody.
The Saudis.
Yeah, the Saudis.
The Saudis. I'm
Is it the
saying it
Chinese or
personally.
the Saudis?
Tell them to take Lukaku, man. Tell them to take Lukaku, man.
Not
You need to
happening.
get the Saudis to pay for Lukaku.
Exactly, man.
Now we're
Exactly.
looking at Arda Güler.
Yeah, so
Who is that?
Vlad's bringing him up here. Yeah, so 15 mil. Currently, where is he? Real Madrid? No.
Is he 11 years old?
Fenerbahce. Sorry, where did I?
No, was it? Who said he was overrated?
Yeah,
It's
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Okay, so it is. Yeah, it does say Real Madrid. Is he loaned? Here we go. He left Fenerbahce July.
He's owned.
He's owned by Madrid.
Yeah, they just bought him.
He's
Okay,
a Madrid player.
He is their property.
but he came up through Fenerbahce here, and then Real Madrid bought them there a few days ago.
Yeah, I saw the news.
So 20 mil. I don't know. I guess I'll have to start paying attention.
So who is this guy exactly? What does he play?
He's the Turkish Xavi.
Oh shit.
I heard he's a striker.
No.
Attacking midfielder. He's listed
Oh,
as.
that's perfect.
Okay, so Iniesta.
He stiffed Barcelona for Real Madrid.
No.
Good for him.
That's what everybody does. That's
No
what
problem.
that's like so hot right now.
He probably didn't want to have what's his nuts there with the Prime Energy drink plastered all over his jersey.
Logan. Yeah,
Logan
Logan Small. Yeah.
Oh my god! When I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, Barca just keeps taking L's. They don't realize how dumb this is.
Thing with Barca is like they got a good academy, but their transfer market in the Mercado, they're just dumb as a brick. Like they don't know what the hell they're doing.
I think they forgot their academy.
I think that's an insult to bricks.
Just like their new stadium. Their stadium looks like a cheap copy of the Bernabeu. Like their concept design for their remodel for the new camp. Oh, I gotta find it for you guys now.
You mean the Spotify new camp?
Yeah.
Man,
Not even. It's probably Spotify Arena.
Don't they
I
like
still call our stadium J Stadium. I don't care.
Yeah, Spotify Shuffle Stadium.
Didn't like PK had to wear the jersey sponsored on Spotify with Shakira's hit song or something like that? That was ruthless. Holy
Pretty funny.
Oh man, remember we did a video on that?
We did. Like it was an actual segment that we did because it was fucking hilarious.
Those were the early days.
After that whole scene, dude, I just realized, like, yeah, bro, women get old. It doesn't matter how.
That looks more like the Allianz Stadium than it does the Bernabeu to me.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I'm saying like the older Bernabeu before the remodel.
Oh, maybe. I
After
don't know.
that,
I'm
too.
seeing more. But does it have a shopping center attached to it?
We'll find out.
Shopping center.
Ours does. Our stadium makes money year round. Their stadium makes money during the season.
Oh, so this is interesting. Barca won't pay anything until the stadium's done.
Probably because they don't have
Oh, they're gonna pull a shady. They're gonna be shady.
So it's
24-year amortization.
One of
Yes.
the most corrupt clubs in the world.
To be
Easily.
paid progressively 5, 7, 9, 20, and 24
Only club more
years.
corrupt is the Colombian club that was like literally owned by Pablo Escobar.
What's that green?
I like
thing?
to call that grassroots.
I've met actually fun fact. I have met Valderrama before.
So it's interesting. So contributors to the stadium: Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, JJL, Perez, Ilorica, DLA, Piper, Capital Key Pipers, or Partners, Legends,
Those
IP360. Are
first
these all
two are
gonna?
big.
Are they
And
like?
Lehman Brothers.
Are they gonna like put this on the name? So it's gonna be welcome to the brand new Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, JLL, Pierre's Locker, DLA, Piper, Key Capital Partners, Legends, IP360, New Camp.
Yeah, I think you're gonna drop New Camp and just put Stadium.
Hey, what is it? The default FIFA stadiums?
Oh, like East Point Arena?
Yeah, like
Fleetwood Grounds, Crown Plaza.
Okay, so Vlad is bringing up a Tadic to bring him on Di Maria type of free deal.
No,
How old is he now? He's pretty old, isn't he?
You need to sell 20 players.
Yeah, we can go back to that whole thing. Yeah, we really do. I really don't see
Tall's like,
why.
If we do
Holy
the
still.
Lukaku, Vlahovic, Michigas, if we do get that all off the ground, we still need to get rid of 20 players.
We've turned into
On
Chelsea.
the low end.
We have turned Chelsea.
Listen.
We've turned into Chelsea.
Here he is.
Yeah,
We're
dude,
6
I'm
mil.
honestly 34.
34.
Holy crap.
Oh, me and him have the same birthday.
There you go. And he's Serbian, so let's buy him.
Oh yeah.
He has a better
Serbian.
Dybala that doesn't get injured though.
I wouldn't mind seeing an Albanian player repping the Juve jersey.
Yeah, get whatever Swiss player you want.
We did Veroni, but we sold him.
He was
We have what's his face?
Oh, did you guys hear about ketchup?
ketchup.
Yep, ketchup. You know, like Allegri wanted milk, so he got milk, and then now he milks, and then now he wants ketchup, so he's getting ketchup.
Dash, that's a dad joke. You're gonna have to translate.
You just pretty much said it.
Yeah, Allegri was thirsty. He wanted milk. Now he wants ketchup.
Is that a Kessie reference?
No, there's this guy called Ketchup that we linked to. I don't know. I saw it on.
No.
Yes,
Listen,
there
we
is.
already got Pecorino that plays for the youth squad. Let's get Pecorino. Let's get Lasagna. Then we can.
No,
have
he plays for
Fagioli,
Southampton.
Pecorino,
There's this guy
Lasagna
called
all in the
Ketchup.
squad.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
I was thinking of that guy from Pokemon or some shit.
Joshua Jackson. No. He plays for the Buckeyes? What the hell are you talking about?
No, you have to see it. Like I saw it. Wait. Let me. Okay, let me get my phone. I'll tag you on it right now. Give me 1 second.
Bella Kochap.
Oh, Bella Kochap.
Coach.
I don't know. Oh, he's Isn't his release clause like 4 million or something like that? It's like stupid small, so like we could add him, and then we'd still need to sell 21 players.
Let me find this Ketchup guy.
Guys,
Okay, no, I got him. I got him now.
we need
You got
to
Ketchup?
sell before we can bring anyone in.
I was gonna say, man, Dave sounds like like Allegri. He wants ketchup as well now.
I
Here
hate
you go.
ketchup. No, I do not like ketchup.
What?
Just give me a good slice of tomato. What the fuck do you need ketchup for?
Oh no,
Just
come
get
on,
tomato.
ketchup.
Ketchup. Tell me the ketchup chips, though, no?
There's the new Ruffles, and I know you Yanks don't get Ruffles because you're peasants, but they have the extra thick Ruffles, the crinkle ones.
Yeah.
But it's ketchup, and it is so good because they're extra crunchy and just extra ketchupy. And yeah, I'll definitely go down for that cause. But I mean, otherwise, there's ketchup's
What
overrated.
context are we talking here? Like,
It's why don't you catch up on these nuts?
that was a stretch, Dash. That was a stretch.
Okay, basically, if you have to put ketchup on it, it's because you're eating trash.
Take it.
If you're eating trash, then you put ketchup on it. But I don't like to eat trash, so I don't use ketchup. I just make a delicious ass fucking burger.
And you don't put anything on top of it?
I might put like a little pesto mayo or something like that, and a nice slice of tomato.
Secret sauce, some secret
Pesto
sauce.
mayo.
Mayo.
I want to put some mustard in that bitch.
Holy
Oh my God.
You're tired after work.
You went from being a boomer to being a hipster. How did that happen?
It's just delicious. You take the shit out of the garbage. That's what I'm saying. You just take a burger.
I make my own mayo from scratch because I learned that you can just throw 2 eggs.
Yeah. It's just eggs and oils.
Are we talking about organic mayo now? Are we?
Yeah, I have my own chicken. We can go organic as fuck.
I make this shit from scratch. It's actually easier and tastes better, and God knows what they put in that Hellman's garbage.
That's fair.
And then you throw some garlic and some onions in it, and then it like doesn't even taste like mayo. You're like, what is
David
this?
says
I want to fucking dip
self-made
chips in
sauce
this
on my
Trying to make
burger.
shawarmas, though.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you start with good meat and you cook it right, it's all about the technique of cooking the meat. If you have some pale ass piece of ground beef that you overcooked and it's charred and it's just thin ass piece of shit, then yeah, put the ketchup on it because you fucked up.
All right.
But if you made a delicious burger, you don't need that trash ketchup.
But what about mustard or mayo or anything?
I said a little bit of mayo. Yeah, but a mayo, but it depends. Like sometimes I do the caramelized onions. It depends.
Oh, I love
what you got.
caramelized
So
onions.
if you're gonna do mayo, you put the mayo on the buns, and then you sear the buns with the mayo, and then you do it that way.
I've never done it with the mayo seared, but yeah, you toast them.
So, like, if you're gonna make a grilled cheese, and let's say you traditionally have made a grilled cheese with butter, and then you butter the bread, and then you put the butter side down, switch that to mayo.
Okay.
And that will change your world.
I will have to try that. Yes, I will give that a go.
Take your little pesto mayo and you do that with it. Oh my god!
So I'll do the most laziest thing. I'll get high as hell. I'll go to McDonald's, and it's gonna taste like a 5-star restaurant, and that's it. And that's all I gotta say.
But if you're
you go to McDouble and you get a McChicken and you split the McDouble down on the burger side.
Is that called a
McChicken in between?
See, that's why everyone needs an American friend.
Well, but that's still
everyone needs an American friend.
No, the logic there still doesn't make sense because if you're getting stoned and McDonald's is a 5, then good food is fucking off the charts. Then.
Oh, dude, it's like heaven.
Yeah, so this is not a conspiracy, Dash. This is truth.
Bro, I swear.
Listen, if you guys want to talk conspiracies, I can get you guys kicked off YouTube real quick.
Hey,
McDonald's ketchup is lovely. I'm sorry, man. I go McDonald's and I go like they have that pressing one. I don't know how we have in the States, or Canada, but it's like a pressing one. You just go.
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah, you get the big old jug. You get that shit at Costco.
Yeah, then you have that little cup, and you know what I do? I'm like, Mom. I said, Mom, we go straight to the car. Okay. Then just take a couple of these and just keep it for home because their ketchup is absolutely beautiful. Oh my god.
It's just Heinz ketchup. You get it at the store.
No, it's not Heinz ketchup. They use something else.
No, it's
not.
Emotional damage.
French ketchup is where it's at. You get the French's one. Screw Heinz.
There's something in it. I'm telling you, they put some chemicals or something that I tell you right now. Oh my god!
It's like God knows, like some things that screw with your body. Obviously,
David coming in saying butter is better on the buns.
David, try it with the mayo, and then you'll.
I am going to do this. Okay, I will.
Okay.
No, that one's interesting.
If you're just making a sandwich, Colin, you got that deli slicer behind you. Good, nice work there. I gotta somehow convince my fiance to get a deli slicer. I put it on the registry and she doesn't know.
Nice, yeah, do it.
But if you just take like a I don't know what you call it, where you are a sub or a hero or a hoagie bread, and you put a layer of mayo and you just sear that in a cast iron for real quick. I'm telling you.
Stitch coming in wide. This is looking good. Oh, he takes it. Rebound, juicy. Oh. He just wanted me to say juicy.
I know.
Look, I used to cook for a living, so that's where I learned all these fun tricks.
Nice.
That's what she said.
Trust me, they work.
I'm definitely gonna try that because, especially homemade mayo. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Love it. I'm trying it out.
You get an immersion of the stick blender, and that's. I mean, it's easier than going to the supermarket with stuff that you probably have in your.
No, for sure. There's so much that you can make that's super easy. Like what is it? Aioli. Everyone loses their mind over aioli. It's just you take the mayo and you put some garlic and lemon juice in it.
But people are stupid.
It's just you just put a couple things together and it's right there.
People think mayo is a dairy product.
No, because it's white. I mean, anything white's dairy. It comes from a cow, right?
What are all? I was about to say. What are you trying to say there, Dave?
Right.
What about all the things that are?
Too, man.
And yeah, I have had a Sonic burger. Fuck, they're trash. Yeah, I've worked in the States multiple times, and when you're on the road, you eat all those trashy American burgers, and you hate your life so much. Your body just slowly shuts down.
Oh, we pay big money for your trashy American burgers in the UK, because apparently American burgers are the best burgers, so, we'll pay 15 quid for a burger that tastes like shit, I'll be honest, and I'll be like,
well, Snoop Dogg salad, then, the American burger is going to taste really good.
I mean, there's legit
salad.
There's legit American burgers, though. It's just when we're talking about McDonald's or Sonic's, or I mean, you can get some of the nicer ones like Five Guys. You can get higher quality, but at the end of the day, it's all.
Taco Bell.
No.
Forget that.
There's no.
Oh my God,
legitimate-
Jason's so Florida right now.
There's no legitimate burger spot in the United States. I'm just going to tell you.
No, if you
Unless
find
you
the
go-
mom and
unless-
pop,
It's
the mom and
it's
pop
called
shop.
Louis Lunch in New Haven, Connecticut, which is the original hamburger.
Yeah, unless you go to a mom and pop shop or a hole in the wall spot, that is the
Yeah.
only time you're going to get a burger. You go to a chain, Culver's, McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, any of that shit, it is terrible. Their patties are filler. There is nothing there. I just don't want to break it to you guys, but don't ever go to chain burgers. It's terrible.
Brad, the winter, not on the left side, but I personally think that Gotti is capable of playing anywhere across the back. Honestly, give me 11 Gottis and I will field that.
Just the back.
But no, I'd play Gotti as every role in the team. The last half of the season, Gotti was killing everything.
You missed the one thing where Frankie and Colin were talking about making Gotti into a center defensive midfield. Best conversation ever.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I put him more as an attacking midfield at this point. Like fuck it.
I love the dude, but he belongs in the middle, at the very back.
I think.
So, guys, do you guys know what they put in the tartar sauce in McDonald's? Because bloody hell, that is beautiful. Like that's a work of art.
Tartar sauce is mayo and relish.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Put those two
We
things
don't
together.
have relish in the UK. I don't know what relish is, to be honest.
Do you
So,
have pickles?
Chocolate.
we have pickles. We do have pickles. Yeah.
Do you
Pickles
have
spiced up with sugar.
bread and butter pickles?
I'm not sure about that one. I think you'll need to message that one to me so I can take a
The
look.
sweet ones.
No,
Yeah,
It's basically just chopped
All right.
up bread and butter pickles, which are garbage.
So I got a question here about Chipotle here. So not even Chipotle Dash. Chipotle to me is like the bougie white man's Taco Bell.
If you have any basic cooking skills, you can make a better burrito than they can give you at Chipotle. Not a hot take.
Because like the thing is like.
is that like just like a thick sauce then?
How thick?
Yeah, I mean, if you make your own mayo at home, like you can make tartar sauce with ease.
I
yeah.
think there
Better
should
than-
be a cooking part of the Discord.
Yeah, we should
I
just
think
make
there
it-
should be. Yeah.
Hamza
Cooking
be in
by
charge of
Joey
that.
Giants.
During COVID, I taught like 3 friends how to cook and make pizza from scratch. So if you guys want to learn, hey.
I'm the guy that searches on YouTube how to make a sandwich.
Could you imagine that? Hey, could you imagine the business pitch to Farad and be like, "Hey, we should, you know how we're talking about branching off to Turin Giants? We should do Turin Giants cooking."
Just Giants.
Cooking with the Giants. I got the title. Cooking with the Giants.
I was just gonna go with big fat Giants.
You know, what'd be funny?
Get all fat.
Cooking
Giants.
with a giant underscore. Just leave it at that.
With the giant. With the giant what?
Yeah,
Oh, Hungry Giants.
Or
Hungry
'cause the
Giants,
thing-
yeah.
it's like naming your bar puzzles.
This guy's a thinker.
That's the puzzle.
Thank you.
I like Hungry Giants. I think Hungry Giants is.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I think that's the one.
I just do a video in the kitchen and then just me yelling, "It's
Okay, guys, this is
fucking
the
wrong!"
Blazer effect. It's the Blazer effect. Yeah.
So I always want to do so. This is my. I don't know if anybody's ever said that, but I'm coining it right now. You wake up like first thing in the morning, like 5 a.m. So you do the wake and bake. You wake up.
Sounds like
and
a
then
dirty
show it.
sex move.
No, a wake and bake is when you wake up and get stoned. But
I
then
thought
you,
when you just blast it in her face and then just
no
continue about
fuck.
your day.
Okay, Dash, come on, stick with me.
You said stick with me.
Okay, so you wake and bake, but now you're stoned. So now you have the right mindset to bake. So it's the wake and bake and bake, and you just start smashing out like your breads and your cakes and whatnot first thing in the morning. The wake
Have
and
you
bake.
met any bakers? I'm telling you, they're all stoned.
They're doing the wake and bake and bake. They just don't know it.
I feel like you're.
No, they do know it.
You're doing something that you think is a hot take, but is an industry standard.
Is it okay? That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if that was like a term that I made up.
think, okay, let's Dash. you're involved in the restaurant industry a touch, yeah?
Yeah.
If you drug tested any of the line cooks, would you have any line cooks?
Nope.
I rest my case.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, has anybody coined that term, the wake and bake and bake?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
It's called fighting a hangover and working the brunch shift.
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying. I'm coining the term. I called it. Just saying. I don't care. You guys can call it whatever the fuck you want.
Most line cooks just call that a slow Tuesday.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't make a bad life decision and work as a cook in a restaurant. So
yeah, because like the thing is, it's like when it comes to restauranteering, there's two things: your line cooks are addicted to marijuana, and your servers are alcoholics. There's no in between.
Or cocaine.
Or cocaine.
Can't you be both?
Could be
I don't see why you
alcohol,
can't be both.
No, it's weird. I've never seen them do both. It's only one or the other. I've yet to see like
Opposite
one that.
directions.
Yeah, because it's like the line cooks will drink, but they won't drink where they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they'll just drink casually, but like they will be stoned. But and then it's like your servers are always like late the next day because they're hungover because they drunk so much the night before. It's one of those things where it's like you look at the job application and like you sit them down for an interview and it's like, all right, question 1: are you an alcoholic? Yes. You start tomorrow.
Well, it's part of the industry. A lot of industries really are like that.
I mean, I don't blame it, dude. Guests at restaurants are some of the biggest shit stains I've ever seen recently. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're people are pretty entitled these days.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's like, you come into my spot and then it's like you say and you want like some shit that's like out of pocket. I'm like, excuse me? Oh, we'll give you a bad review on Google. Go the fuck ahead. I don't care.
Oh,
Give us a
I'll give you a good review on Google, Cash. You just send me the name. You send me the name. I'll give you a good review. Don't worry. I got you.
Good.
Send me the name.
Sounds like a miserable person. That's what it sounds like.
It's one of those things where I'm sitting there and it's like someone literally this one time because so something happened. It was something petty. And they're like, we need to speak to a manager. And then I was the only person there at the time. So I go out there and like, are you the manager? I'm like, I'm the owner. And they're like, yeah, okay. I'm like, well, look, it's either you talk to me or you get out. One of the two.
Cash, you should have done let me get the manager for you. Hi.
See, the thing is like my corporate side comes out when I'm there, and I don't because like usually the problem is no one there gets my sense of humor, especially the guests. So I had to be like corporate about it, and they're like, "Well, this and this, and I demand to have this entire thing off my bill." I'm like, "You ate the whole freaking thing." Yeah, but I didn't like it. I'm like, "No, this doesn't work that way."
If that worked, Juve would owe me so much money.
Exactly.
You know how much money they would owe me. A lot. More money than the FIGC owes us.
I love how
That happened to that guy, innit? That happened to that guy. What's his name? Nunya, innit? That Nunya guy. It happened to him, innit?
I didn't catch.
You cut out on me.
Yeah. That guy Nunya. It happened to him, didn't it? That same
None
incident.
None of your business.
Come on.
That one.
Give him a moment, man.
I heard Nunya and I was like, I'm not walking into that one.
Yeah.
Everyone just there, like, okay.
As someone that worked, I worked in restaurants for a long time, and I used to have hungover waiters come into the kitchen and be like, "Oh, it's so hard to do this job," and I'm like, "Really?"
I mean, there's a lot of people that find their jobs really hard, and that's why that's their job because they can't get a better one because this one's hard.
Dave is the proud father, the tough father that says, "Do better."
You don't think your job's hard?
My job, at one point, it was hard. Now I've been doing it for so goddamn long that that was just and
So,
had to
do
be
you guys
different
do
things.
stuff
Oh, I got a new job recently.
Oh, what do you got? What do you got going on?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You're
I'm talking to you. I'm talking.
Thank you. I don't know. I was just saying, like, have you heard of the company called Specsavers?
Nope.
No, it must be.
Oh my god!
Is that a British
Oh
thing?
my god! Oh my god! You see,
Specsavers,
we've opened up a store in Canada. We have opened up a store in Canada.
So was your signing bonus the blazer?
Oh, of course. Yeah. It came with the job.
So,
Yep.
So this is eyeglasses. Is that what's going on?
Yep, it's a glasses company. Yep.
Okay.
They do opticians and all of it. Like it's like the main one in the UK, but we've branched out to the Netherlands. We've branched out to Canada as well. We're in Canada.
Yeah, not anywhere close to where I live. So
Yeah, no, it's in the more high end areas. Wink, wink. But
Brantford,
no.
Ontario is. You will clearly don't know where Brampton, buddy. I wouldn't say they're in the high end areas. It's not Oshawa, at least.
I'll have to speak to the HR there. You know what I mean? I'll just be like, I don't know what you're playing at. I've got my friend from Canada, and he's like, "What the hell's going on here?"
There you go. Yusuf knows what's up.
Yeah. So I got offered a job there to be an accountant. So give me 5 years, and you'll see me as one of UBA's accountants. I'm working up. Don't worry, guys. I will sort out our account. I know
so
how
we
to
can
cook the
blame
books.
the Plus Valenza deals on you.
Exactly. I'll know how to hide it better. I'll hide it behind this lovely suit.
Company
Yo,
that have
there's
used by the
three Specsavers in Ottawa.
See, we're growing. We're growing. We're the biggest optometrist in the UK. We have stores everywhere. Like in Leicester alone, we have I think 4 stores. So yeah, we are moving. We are making moves. Definitely good company
Yeah, no,
too.
you're big in Leicester. Cheers to that.
No. Wait. We're big in Leicester, London, Manchester. Look, we're talking about big countries here. Netherlands, do you remember Matthias de Ligt? Yeah, his country. Yeah, we're good there as well. You know what I mean? Don't make me start naming players and that. Canada, Timmy Weah. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying.
Timmy Weah is American.
Oh, sorry, I take it back, bro. Jonathan David. A new guy who's coming soon.
Hold on. Why did you say it like David? He's Canadian. You say it normal.
No. Trust me. When he joins, Juve, we'll call him David. You know what I mean? Jonathan David.
Yeah, that Scottish Italian announcer would. Yeah.
He came in with all the smoke with you guys right there.
Oh, LJJ's driving from New York to Ontario right now.
Oh, he's going.
Yeah. Go visit Specsavers.
That's the reason he's going to Ontario.
Hey, that's why KF joined on the stream. He's doing marketing campaign for.
Listen, when they get to know.
First off, you got to bill them for these hours.
Yeah, I expect some cash.
Clock in right now. First off,
did I not tell you I'm on the clock right now? Did I tell you about the clock?
Overtime. I don't know if they do overtime in England.
Of course.
But
top promoter out here.
You're owed overtime because
no, you know what it is? I've spoken to Juntali already. I said to him, listen, lad, you guys are looking to part ways with Jeep, and I've got you guys Specsavers. I bet you didn't see that coming, but don't worry, we'll sort out your eyesight when you come to us.
Is Specsavers like? I feel like the net worth of the whole company is 40 million, and that's what we're gonna ask a season.
Oh, that's fine. You don't know my boss, do you? He's got money,
Do you know him? Could he give us money? I don't care. I don't care if it's what it says on the jersey, as long as the fucking money is there.
Don't worry, the paper will be rolling. The paper will be rolling.
I'm hoping we get Saudi Airlines.
Oh no!
Okay,
Saudi.
so hypothetically,
Saudi
get
now.
your boss.
Saudi. It's Saudi. Saudi.
Dave, you pulled it up.
That's the one right there.
So
Mary Perkins.
3.78 billion. I mean, that's not bad.
That's solid.
You don't mess about with us. You know what I mean? There's no way you saw that coming.
You know the Perkins family? Is that what you're saying?
The Perkins
Of
family.
course. We go way back. We used to be neighbors back in Bristol.
You just saw that. You're a piece of shit.
Me and Doug Perkins, Dougie Perks. We go way back.
Yeah, bud. Me and Doug.
I was waiting for him to say.
Did you meet him in Wales?
We used to do kick-ups together. You know what I mean? I took his legs out.
Dude,
He's like, we did him at Silverstone
University, bro. Like, I met him in the city back in the 1940s.
He's like, I met him at the Formula One race in Silverstone over the weekend.
Me and him, summer in Monaco,
Miami,
almost
dude.
every year.
Hey, speaking of Messi in Miami, apparently he was actually he was shopping at PubX.
Yeah, Publix, exactly.
Publix?
Yeah, that's like
PubX? That sounds like a
yeah,
Is it
it's like
Publix
the
or
one
Publix?
big grocery
It's
store we
Publix.
have in Florida. That's like what we're known for. Yeah, Publix is like a huge grocery store in Florida.
What are the chances he was paid to be doing that too?
It could be a lot, but
I'm gonna see if I can find the picture.
dude, we're gonna
It's
make a
just
Florida
so
man out
funny
of him.
because you can see the pictures and there's like a crowd of people around him and people are like, yeah, don't you know that's Lionel Messi, the best soccer player in the world? And
so Lionel Messi.
and people are like, you mean Tom Brady?
People are be like, who the fuck is that guy?
Dan Marino?
I think more people in America know about Specsavers than they know about Lionel Messi.
Maybe.
Stop trying to make Specsavers happen.
Where listen, you're the
wait, guys.
American Optical Insurance.
Hold on a second, lads. You see this here? This is my Specsavers notebook. Oh, can you see the Specsavers?
Oh, he's got the brochures out now.
Wait, guys. Listen, you're talking to a top end, let me cover that. You can see there, that's my lanyard, beautiful lanyard here. Then we got Specsavers here, they sent me one of these books. I don't know if you can see it. Please focus.
And what is your access code to the building?
Oh, my access code. It's 696969.
You see that sales pitch though, eh? Because there's nothing on the front of that book, and it's like, oh, can you see what's on the front of this book?
It does say it. No.
Let me hook you up. I got just the glasses for you.
He's like, you can't see it. He's like, you can't see it. You blind white.
You can't see it. You need our glasses. You're just missing out on the glasses.
I don't wear glasses. I just put these on to look smart. I got them from Dash R Us.
We don't wear glasses, guys. We wear Specsavers.
Yeah, we wear Specsavers.
Get your marketing department on this show right now. Let's go.
Yeah,
I've got some good merchandise here. Wait, let me see. Oh, it's an empty bag. This is what they gave me, a Dell lovely bag. 80 quid this is, 80 quid.
Nice.
I think in dollars, that's like $90. I got that for free. I don't even use it. Look
at this guy flexing.
You know what I mean?
I love you, Hamza. I love you so much, buddy.
I'm out here flexing. They gave me a Specsavers pen. I don't even know where it is because I'm going to go back to the office here. I lost one. I'm going to get another one.
Everyone steals pens from work. That's not special.
Yeah, but
everyone does it.
But does everyone?
Listen, chat to me when you have one of these Schweppes boards here. I go to my mom and write down what's on the menu so I can just go leave it there so I can have something to look forward to and I finish my shift.
If your boss gives you a Johnny Blue label whiskey, I'm convinced.
Listen, okay. Look, I'll put the cherry on the cake, right? On this Friday, we're going to go and I'm going to get paid to go and do some axe throwing. I'm going to be throwing axes at a wall and I'm getting paid for it.
I've gotten paid to do that too, man.
We have a table to this table in our office.
Dave, doesn't mean you got paid to throw an axe.
We have a ping pong table in our office. Beat that. Go on.
Yeah, that's just trying to keep the employees happy. That's part of being part of a liberal country that lets you have benefits and not slave labor.
No, I live in America.
I live in Florida, dude. That's even worse.
I'm sorry, you don't have to pay nearly as many taxes as I do. We're basically communists here in Connecticut.
I'm Ontario, bud.
Listen.
No, we don't see our taxes in the UK. You know how it works? They just take it out of our wage. I don't know how it works there, but they just take it out of our wage. I don't even think about it, to be honest.
They don't want you to think about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wouldn't. It's all down to mindset,
roll the X-Files. Roll the X-Files.
Damn it. I was looking at this picture. What? Oh, yeah. Go on. Keep talking.
Also, I don't get any of the rights of any employees. I work at a family business, so I could have literal labor violations posed against me, and I just deal with it.
Listen, if you guys don't buy from Specsavers, then I'm gonna have to call up, the people I know, and I'll have to tell them that listen, we need to go get a copyright claim onto this video. And then that's going to be a big issue. So guys, if you guys can head over,
available in America. I'd love to save some money on some spectacles.
Yeah,
Yes, you know
if
what?
he's gonna
We
do
are
that,
very affordable. We are very affordable, and you know what? We're growing company.
Okay,
All
guys,
I'm
I gotta
saying
run.
is
My dog's getting knocked
let
out.
Lukaku
All
have some.
right.
If he's
Let
coming to
Colin
Juve.
Colin
You
get
gotta
to his
supply
thoughts.
some for Lukaku.
Colin,
That's it.
Yo,
you
We'll see ya.
pleasure
Peace.
hanging out with you
Cheers,
here,
guys.
and much luck to you and your meat slicer.
thank you very much. I get some bacon this week.
sounds
Yeah.
just vulgar and brutal.
Do
I
some.
mean, look at it right there. I mean, it's a beautiful meat slicer. It's not just like a fucking amateur hour thing. If you
No.
know meat slicers, that's like a nice one, okay?
Yeah.
I know. I'm with you. I don't disagree with you.
To be
A
fair,
beautiful open kitchen right there.
my friend has a restaurant, so that's just I'm babysitting it.
Listen,
Okay.
I'd
Babysitting it.
babysit a meat slicer. Are you kidding me?
It's yeah. I smoke a lot of meat, so it's handy.
Yeah, you did.
When I was in a house, my father-in-law and I used to smoke a lot of meat. I built a smoker with my like some scrap wood and a nail gun, and just so we were smoking fish and all sorts of fun stuff. I'd love to have a meat slicer now.
With the nail gun.
Yeah, I have a nail gun. I'm gonna go get it. I'll go get my nail gun. Wait.
I cheated. I
I'm just confused why
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
nail.
while they're
You
doing
guys
All
are
right,
on
Cole.
later. Let me know.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Have a good one, man.
David saying, show the stream to his boss, make his boss Juventino, and get Hamza a race for putting the company over. Hamza puts more people over than John Cena and Triple H.
Oh
Like
man.
that is how well he puts people over.
Why is Tall
Thank you.
getting a nail gun?
He wants
Like-
to screw.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused right now.
Hey Hamza, just one thing: sell one to Lukaku, please. I'm just
Get
saying.
some Specsavers.
Oh
Get him
my
some
God.
Specsavers contacts.
Yeah, he needs a. we can
No,
put it on
don't
his
worry
list.
about it. But when he comes to London, I'll meet him there. And it only takes me 3 hours to get there. I'll go.
Listen, all I'm saying is like you can see like a difference, and then he can like make a commercial about it and be like, "Well, before I had this, I couldn't score goals for shit. Now that I have it on, I could score a lot of goals."
Could you imagine like for Timmy Weah's like day if we sent Hamza with Kevin to the stadium and Hamza's in the blazer with a Juventino jersey? Sign my first client to Specsavers with Timmy Weah. I would have lost my shit. That would have been
Oh
awesome.
man.
No. Jeez. Okay. I mean, we should probably look at shutting this down anyways, and I know I say that now, it's still gonna take us a while to finally get there.
30 minutes later.
Yeah, especially since Tal is in his garage looking for a nail gun.
Oh, that's a Zidane kit right there, isn't it? Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's what he said it was.
I think that's what he said it was, yeah.
That's quite nice.
Looks. Yeah, not as nice as your blazer. Now that you're a
Oh,
big
thank you,
company man.
thank you so much. This is the blazer that got me the job at Specsavers, actually. So
Did you wear
So
the
I
jersey
went-
as well?
no, the jersey, no. And we don't call it jersey, we call it a kit. But yeah, the kit wasn't. Oh, okay, guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any offense. Please don't shoot that through the screen.
No, I'm not
You
that
don't
kind
want-
of American.
Oh, fire! Thank good. That's good. Okay, we don't have the violent kind. That's good. Because I know how guns are legalized in your country. So me no
Shall
one
not be
trouble.
infringed upon,
Me
my
no one
guy.
trouble.
Shall not be infringed upon.
Yeah.
David wants to know, Hamza, if you can talk to Giuntoli de Geras Morata for 30 million less than Lukaku.
You know what? I was just speaking to my father-in-law Allegri, and I'll tell him to speak to Giuntoli. We'll get that sorted, and it will be. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano will happen. It will happen.
I want to hear we go from Hamza. I don't want to hear we go from Fabrizio. I think
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Don't worry. You'll get a here we go for me as well. Buy one, get one free. You know what I mean?
hey,
Why are you in accounting? This guy should be in sales.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you know what we need to do? Like with every transfer, because I want to see if Specsavers will pick on this, but like every transfer that happens for Juve, I want Hamza to tweet and say, so and so to Juventus, # powered by Specsavers, just to see if we get it. And like I will try to make our Twitter page retweet it every single time. Just for shits and giggles. Because could you imagine if we start blowing those tweets up and
Farhad's gonna be
Specsavers?
like, did we get sponsored by Specsavers? What
We're
the-
working
Guys,
on it. Please.
I'm in my 3-month probation, right? So once that probation's over, okay, we've got a deal in it. But just in case, I keep it on the low.
Listen, we better delete the stream because otherwise they're gonna dock us 15 points just for what you just said.
Nah, what are you talking about, bro? We'll get relegated, dog. What do you mean?
Listen, we've been relegated for less.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. We'll go and we'll tell the court and we'll tell them that, look, if you guys go Specsavers, you can sort out your eyesight, and then they'll put us back on top. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, so I'm heading out because I got to go to a party. I'm gonna be celebrating today because I just like passed my real estate license.
Yes.
Make sure you tell your people at the party to look at
I'm gonna
Specsavers.
get kind of tipsy as hell. Ironically, my friend, I hate to say this, he's an Interisti, so we're gonna be like,
Screw that guy.
fucking roasting the shit out of each other.
Do it. Just tell him. Go to Specsavers. Get some Specsavers so you can see clearly.
Exactly. Tell him to sort his eyes out.
For sure.
And honestly, I mean, we're fun. We like to have a good time. This is great. The big inter-channel, the guy's a fucking douchebag. So screw those guys.
All right.
I mean, just bring them over.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, you know who did participate with an inter-channel? Funnily enough.
There's one inter-channel in London, in Leicester. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are big in Leicester.
You guys, it's all right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Jeff. Good night.
Yep.
See you later. So, guys,
who collaborated with it? Did somebody collaborate with an inter-channel?
We did.
It was us.
But did
you guys did, but there was another channel.
Yes, the other channel.
The other
it's a
channel.
good thing I wasn't there. It would get pretty violent if I was there. To be fair.
Said other channel.
The get the nail gun out. Yeah.
That's actually interesting.
You know what you should do, right? So this is what we're going to do, right? If you guys collab with the inter-channel, just do this for me, yeah? When they join, say welcome, and then whoever they are, and then just put on that song, oh, nah, what's my name?
Oh, Jesus.
We did collaborate with an inter-channel, and then the guy went out and made a hit piece against Beppe literally less than 24 hours
There we go.
later.
You got it.
That's dangerous.
It is. Yeah,
I've shot one of those through my finger before.
And he does it again on the internet too. That turned into a fail.
I did. Then I was actually doing something. Now I know. Come on, I know how to load that thing up for fun, but it's not accurate.
That's usually what they say before they put one through the nail, though.
Yeah, no. When I'm nailing, but the funny thing is, when I nailed my finger the first time, is that I nailed through a piece of crown molding, and then it was the set was perfect, so I actually clipped the nail out of my finger, kept the nail that shot through the crown molding into my finger, and then did not go to the hospital. I just yanked that thing out and did the old paper towel duct tape and finished my day.
Yeah, because I mean, medical costs in America don't want to deal with that nonsense.
I mean,
can't relate.
Because he's got that Specsavers insurance.
Forget medical costs in America. I had the shift to finish. I mean, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know,
that too.
What am I going to do? If I'm going to go to the hospital, I'm going to go after hours on my time. God forbid.
LJJ says FIGC will come after you if you don't delete the stream. Don't worry, they won't be able to see because they're not sponsored by Specsavers.
Exactly.
And David saying, be careful. FIGC will deduct you the monetization. Again,
listen, if the FIGC wants to come after me, I'll find Andrea Agnelli and we'll reopen that $500 million lawsuit and they'll get quiet real quick.
Vlad saying Sky Sports DE Germany.
Deutsch.
You know,
are we actually linked? Wait, are we actually linked with Benny P?
I don't know. I don't know.
There
was, I mean, Sky Sports.
It's there.
I would totally. Hey, whoa. I would take Pavard to play on the right. That would be a good pickup for us.
I don't know how much does he cost? His salary, stuff like that. I don't know if he's the right player.
Realistically, do you think he costs more than Sandro? Come on.
No.
Which one of you has the control of the screen and the transfer market? We talk bullshit about ketchup for like 45 minutes, but we can't pull up.
Oh yeah, ketchup, yeah.
Transfer marks.
Mackie D's on that.
Exactly. Same page with me.
Yeah, see, Pat doesn't look up the transfer market. He just plays the
play the sound
musics.
Dave,
there we go.
I'm audio. Dave's video.
We need a drum roll.
28.
Who upset Benjamin Pavard when he was taking that photo?
It's better than what was it? The other guy that Misag was just cooking the poor guy.
Look, they got Man City 81% linked.
Yeah,
We're not even on this thing.
Hey, what about thingy? We were linked to Laporte, weren't we?
What is his?
Yes.
Yeah, Laporte is going to be another 9 mil a season. What is his wages though?
I think you got to go to F.
I would ask David. David would know because David says no. Sky Sports Germany is really accurate, especially with Bayern, but he will never choose us before any English team that plays Champions League. And then KB says, "Good call-in show tonight." Oh, thanks, buddy.
Thanks.
It was a wild show. We had everyone come in. We even had Beppe at the beginning. I wish Beppe hopped on. That would have been funny.
I hate this weekly, 96 grand weekly. Okay, so annual £4 million. So 5 million per.
That's not bad.
That's decent. 5 mil.
That's like 1 mil more than Rugani.
And he'd be a free. So I mean, what
like,
his wages be?
Yeah, like on a free, his wages he could realistically ask like 6.5, 7.
Yeah, that wouldn't be
the
bad.
The thing is that at 6.5, 7, it's only costing us like 14 a season, which we pay more for other guys.
Yeah,
it could be decent at that price. Honestly, I don't mind him. I don't think he's the greatest thing out there, but
I would at this point, like, okay, again, is anybody leaving? Like,
okay,
let's
we
be
can
honest.
go back to that. Yeah, you got to get the guys to leave.
I can't stop reiterating the fact that 20 players need to go.
And a lot of these rumors too are just yes, we have to look at players in case we are in the position where we have that opportunity to buy the players. We still have to do our homework. The scouts are still working. It doesn't mean we're going out mad.
And I'm glad. I would much rather be linked to Benjamin Pavard than I would to Emil Holm. But at the end of the day, for either of them to come into the club, somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, now that you're confronted with the question of, do I trust Coney de Winter as a right back, or do I try to go get Emil Holm?
Or we could look at Prison FC and maybe Benjamin Mendy or Mason Greenwood.
Prison FC.
Yeah, I'll take Prison FC players. I don't care. I said, well, look, I'm ready for Villanera Juve. There's only one way to do it. Let's break them out.
Yeah, we haven't been linked with any of those guys. I'm pretty confident we would not touch them just because the corporate aspect of
no, because I thought Paul Pogba and Benjamin Mendy seemed like this, because the second he got out, you saw Paul Pogba's Instagram and you're like, okay.
Yeah, and a good product or a good number of these 20 players are youth products. So yeah, some will move.
That and while I agree with you, and I don't think that they won't. And we just had the moves for Sokolov and who else? Somebody help me.
Yeah.
Sokolov and one other guy. That was like either sales or sale with a buyback option.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like, we still need to move these guys regardless.
Sokolov just got loaned today to Cremonese for a season-long loan. Mattia Compagnon just got loaned today to Ferralasepio. Mule just got loaned 4 days ago to Avellino. And then Emmanuel Petrorino, July 7th, was loaned to Sutrioli. Sutrioli.
Studitrol, yeah.
Studitrol.
Suditrol. They're the Italian team that's on the Swiss border that speaks all German.
And then Dauda Peters got loaned to the same squad as well. And then Dejan Kulusevski officially sold. And then Quadrado, free agent. Alessandro Di Pardo got sent to Calgary.
KF, are you?
So,
are you falling asleep?
We're still as of a couple
No,
days ago.
I'm just hearing this all go down, and I'm like, all I'm thinking in my mind is, have we spoke about Kenan Yildiz, my brother?
I mean, I hope Kenan Yildiz gets some minutes. Like, he can kind of play on the right.
Like, when I hear Kenan Yildiz, I say, Ardagula who? Come on, man. We're talking about Kenan Yildiz, the best Turkish player in the world,
Nuts in your mouth.
We're talking about
Yildiz nuts, exactly.
Hands down.
If it's in the Specsavers notebook,
Hands on the Spectator's notebook.
Instead of Death Note, it's just Spec Note.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Dave.
Yeah.
I figured out the anime.
Oh boy. Okay.
For you.
No, here we are.
It has zero magic, zero weird technologies. It's actually so good that it's really just a psychological thriller that could easily be adapted into live action and not suck.
Okay.
He's saying Family Guy right here.
No, it's called Monster. The you have to put in Monster Naoki Urasawa, but that one is not only one of the best animes I've ever watched, it's one of the best shows I've ever watched, one of the best stories I've ever experienced, and to finish it all up, it's one of the things that you would never expect out of an anime. There's, like I said, there's zero. It's 100% psychological thriller. Yep,
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that in a while.
It is so good. A lot of modern authors are looking at it as a case study in how to write the best villain. Johan is maybe the best villain ever.
I need to watch David saying, have you guys seen the new Mission Impossible? I have not seen it yet.
Oh, I might go watch that tomorrow, to be fair.
Yeah, I might go
Let us know
tomorrow.
how it is. I like the OG. The other ones are, I mean, action movies in general. Nothing.
Just
too
Tom
crazy.
Cruise running. What's
Yeah.
nothing? What's better than Tom Cruise running?
It's really so that you can lean over to whoever's sitting next to you in the theater and go, you know, Tom Cruise does all of his own stunts.
He even does his own sex scenes too.
Oh.
Yep.
Now I want to be him, huh?
Bleach is
you see,
oh, sorry. Thinking loud.
Bleach is
Thinking
good,
loud.
but you can't get Dave into anime via the route of traditional anime because he thinks it's all cockamamie trash where people cry every 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I honestly just don't like most shows because it's just recycled bullshit.
Yeah, so like for the same reason that I like a lot of Eastern style storytelling, is because I can basically watch any TV show and tell you exactly what's going to happen within the first 5 minutes of the show. And if you're similar to that, then I think that you would highly enjoy Monster.
All right.
There's a lot of twists and turns you didn't expect. There's a lot of realistic cultural elements that you didn't expect. You know, there's a big portion of it that has to deal with like Turkish immigrants living in Germany because it takes place in Germany. It doesn't take place in Japan. There aren't that many Japanese characters. It's almost shot for shot the same as the anime, as the manga. So in terms of being original to the source material, it's very, very good and very high quality. Yeah. It does make it better knowing that Tom Cruise actually does that shit because he tries to up himself every time.
Well, I'll have to download it and watch it when I go away because that's the only way I actually watch like full series. Otherwise, I don't know.
And it's only, I think it's like a finite amount of episodes. It's not like ongoing.
That's good, yeah, because I lose interest too quick otherwise.
I think that like a lot of the animes that keep getting recommended to you are like 300 episodes plus.
Oh yeah, I got no.
And you're like, what's the fucking point? Like I'm like when you're only explaining, you're trying to sell me on this show, but then being like, yeah, like this part's kind of bad, and then like when this character comes in, we don't like that, and like this villain's not great. And then you're getting into something else that's like really good, but it's only 24 episodes are out, and you're like, okay, like this, I have no closure on this. I have to wait till next year. Monster. Good
All
writing.
right. All right.
Good writing.
We need like an anime segue.
I keep saying it. I keep saying it. I need to.
Giants. I'll host that show with Dash.
No, I'm not saying I'm just saying a segment. If you guys want to do
it's a segment. We got to do videos of where I have you react to viral anime moments. Like I want to see Dave react to God Tongue from Food Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to see Dave like just see it for the first time ever. And then Dave's like, "What the hell? Why? It's just rice." Like, what?
Okay, so I have a new AI that will make new music. It's called Music LM from Google. I'm going to ask it to make me an anime segment transition. We'll see what we get.
if it just starts like you guys hear it, if it starts yelling Oni-chan, just shut off the stream.
Yeah, no, turn it all off.
I don't know what that
Yamate
means.
kudasai, just like start. Just hear, yeah.
Sounds very American honky tonk.
I feel like I can have some bowel burns while listening to this.
FBI.
It is kind of anime now. Yeah, it sounds like a weird.
Could you
Gives you
imagine
two
if
tracks.
like,
Giants.
Tal, could you imagine if we like get Dave into anime and he turns into like a full blown weeb?
Is that the term?
It's literally, it would be one of the better achievements in my life if we managed to do that. Like, if one day in 10 years he's standing up at a fucking Anacon anime convention and he's like, wow, like I never thought 10 years ago when I was just a humble Canadian raising dogs that I would be here. And it was all due to some American douchebag that turned me on to Monster of all animes, really. And that really kicked in the floodgates for me. And
then I'd be like, and then I became a monster.
I'm so grateful to him. And yeah, no, I have many children now that are all named Tal.
Jesus Christ.
And all of them wake up in the morning going, ooh woo, ooh woo.
They're all streamers, and they only stream Dynasty Warriors.
I don't even know what that one is.
That's a deep cut. And Nier Automata.
I know that one. Somehow.
Yeah, I know that guy Naruto. You know Naruto? Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's Boruto's dad.
I know him.
Speaking of Boruto's dad, I saw some leaks on Boruto's grandpa. That one-shot manga is going to be filthy.
This is the guy that can't eat ramen properly, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's how Dave has Naruto saved as the guy that can't eat ramen properly. He types in Naruto and he just sees Naruto slurping on it.
I mean,
yeah. My father-in-law, Allegri, he introduced me to hentai. I don't know what that is, but
Dave, can you say this?
Oh, did you see your grandfather got you into hentai?
Dave, just say the last six.
My father-in-law, Allegri.
The ara.
Roll that R a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ara. I don't know. Ara.
Think of it more like cute little.
Yeah, do it with a higher pitched voice.
Oh no, I can't. No. No.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, there we go. David is laughing. See, that's the stuff we do for members. That's all I'm gonna leave it there as.
You guys are all assholes.
And anyone still remaining in the chat, if you haven't reached out to and tried to join your local fan club at JOFC, definitely do that.
Of course.
Especially if you're trying to participate in any of the stuff this summer with Juve, that's the only way to do it, is getting in touch with your local JOFC and then using them to get access to all those events.
That's such
I'm a member of Londra Bianconero. I think that's what it's called.
Londra Bianconero, those guys are great. Those guys are, and they go to a lot of games.
Yeah,
because they're sponsored by. They get paid by Specsavers to go out to games.
From what I understand,
Specsavers money. Come on.
Listen, if Specsavers wants to throw a little money Empire State's way, we will take it.
You know what?
There you go.
You know what? Give us, look, I'm not even joking to you guys. You give us 3 years, yeah. I tell you right now, Specsavers will be a household brand in Canada. I will speak to as we say in the UK, I speak to the Mandems.
You said you had me at household brands. You lost me at Canada.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we're focusing on Canada right now, you know, and then we'll move on. You know, I think there's just something about maple syrup that just really connects with our branding. You know.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maple syrup and eyeglasses is really like hand in hand.
It's like saying, you know, when you're just making your syrup or however you do it, and then it gets stuck to your glasses. Don't you hate it? Well, come to Specsavers and buy our contact lenses.
I feel like so few current Canadians know actually what goes into making maple syrup.
No,
feel like
because it's
Dave-
I
feel
make
like
my own
Dave
maple syrup.
Probably taps his own trees.
I do.
on
I
his
do tap my
property.
own.
Yeah,
do.
yeah. No, I know what goes into it. Okay, I know what goes into it.
He taps his wood with his rod.
Yeah, I
Taps
do.
his wood with his rod, and then he's got like a Sam Squanch somewhere in the woods. That's really just a caveman trailer park dweller.
There's a couple interesting characters around.
A couple Sam Squanches.
Yeah.
So,
smokes. Let's go.
Shall I tell you guys a little football story that went on the other day?
I mean, you told us about your bionic toe, but
oh right, yeah, that one, yeah, that was an interesting situation. But this one's a good one. I think I got you guys on a good one, right? So
does it
you guys have like, do you guys play football often? Do you guys
I do.
Yo, you don't want me to
lately,
play.
no.
I will just Felipe Melo studs up. Like I remember when our fan club. I think it was just after we became an official fan club. We participated in a like pickup tournament or whatever, and I showed up in a full suit and just paced up and down the sideline. And they were like, "What are you? Are you the coach?" And I'm like, "No, I'm the owner." And I'm not good. You know, the joke that we keep making is that I'll play in a pair of work boots and go studs up the whole time in my work boots. You don't want me on the pitch. It's not safe.
It's okay. I can teach you how to defend. Don't worry about that.
It's not safe for me or for anyone else. It's like
no, that means you're the perfect candidate. That's all I'm hearing right now. So okay, right. So now let's get down to business, right? So I'm a defender, right? I don't score goals. That's just not my role, right? I know my place. I can't shoot to save my life, but I can take someone's legs out like it's no man's business. You know, that's me. That's me right there. So we have this rule in the UK. I don't know how you guys play, but we play 7-a-side.
That's coming. I can feel it.
Yeah, the Specsavers pad is coming because this is the football pitch right here. This side, because that's where the Specsavers is there. You know, I'm going to try to get it focused so you guys can see it. You know, let's just try.
There it is.
Oh, I see it. There it is.
Oh my god, my leg's so wet. It looks like nuts. Honestly, it looks like a ball sack.
He's nuts.
Right now, anyways, now pretend this is the football pitch, right? So you have the two goalkeeper areas here. Wait, how do I do it? There, like there, and like there, right? So our ruling is right that the keeper can only touch the ball in that box. The out player, you know, outgoing player, you know, can't go in that box and touch the ball. So I'm playing, you know, we're all playing, we're having a good time. One of my friends take a shot, it's going wide off the outside of the post, right? So one of my friends was a bit tired because he saw me having a water bottle on my side. So he starts drinking water. Now the ball's rolling towards him like literally like 0.000 miles per hour. It's not going to go anywhere. So he touches it with his feet, but he's drinking water. So everyone continues the game, and I'm like, hold on a second, that's a penalty, you know? And he's like, I'm just drinking water. I'm not even playing the game. I said, did you touch the ball? He's like, yeah. Everyone's like, that's Hamza's penalty. That's Hamza's penalty. I said, yeah, I'm going to go score this penalty because I'm not a scorer. I'm not a goal scorer. I said, I'm taking this penalty. So this is kind of like on the edge of like the rules, like it's like bending the rules type of thing, you know, like it's a bit of dark area, you know, like
minus 15 points for Juve.
Bush League.
Yeah, it's like you're not supposed to claim it, but you know, I'm gonna claim it. You know, a goal's a goal. You know what I mean? So he got kind of cheesed off. So he's like, I'm jumping in there. I'm gonna save this. You don't know what you're messing with, Hamza. And to be fair to him, props up. He's a great keeper. So he jumped in there, and I take a shot. He saves it. Now I'm walking off in shame, right? So now this is the thing. I'm walking off here, like I'm walking off in shame.
But the ball rolls back over the line.
No, because I took like 3 shots. Like he rebounded and he saved all 3. Like this guy is amazing keeper. But the thing is, he picked it up and he's got so much adrenaline in, right? The rules are a second player can't touch it in the box, and the keeper can't leave the box with the ball. Now, I'm walking off in shame. He comes with the ball in hand. What, Hamza? What? But he's left the box. So I turn around. I say, buddy, you've left the box. That's another penalty. So what do? I bury it. And then I do the
They must love you there.
Oh my god.
So,
and then
Hamza hasn't played pickup in 6 years.
And then the following game, obviously, you know, I'm out here, genius out here, right? You know, you talk about tactical, you know, they say Pep Guardiola, you know, that's what they call me.
Big braining Bush League.
This is what I mean. Now listen to this here. We have a free kick, right? So now pretend this is just outside the center circle, right? Now, obviously, our defenders aren't allowed to go in the center circle. Like we're the ones trying to score, right? So their defenders aren't allowed to go in the center circle. So they line up right at the front of the ball, you know. And I'm a big guy, like you guys can see me here. Like I've put on weight in COVID, you know. I am
yoked,
you know, a big Donny. So my attacker knows that there's no way he can take a shot on goal because the defender's like right at the front of the ball, you know, like the whole body's there. So he's just gonna pass it back, and I say, hold on. So they all hold. I run right round. So pretend this is the defender there. I run right round and I barge him out the way, like absolutely. Like, look, pretend this is. Watch what happens. Actually, so I go, poof, yeah. This guy goes flying. My guy, you know, my mate. He goes, takes a shot. Top bins, goal.
Carlos.
So you set a screen for him, bubble screen.
Because there was an open net. It was as good as a penalty because the defender didn't know I was going to do that to him. So then they're all going manic, like crazy, like, oh, how can Hamza do that? That's not fair. I'm just walking off and I go drink some water. Goal stands, and I got a good assist.
You know, I need to fly my ass out to Leicester, call Hamza, and be like, I need to go to these pickup games. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna shred.
Listen, you guys come down to Leicester, yeah. I tell you right now, I'll give you guys a good game.
First off, just so you know, Dash, Specsavers is huge in Leicester.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, let me speak to my manager, and we'll get something organized.
We'll get you some new spectacles.
Guys, I have to ask: are we killing this one here, or do I have to go to the washroom?
I think we can kill this here.
Yeah, no, I have to also go to the washroom, but there's nothing left. I feel
like I have to make myself a burger and then go to sleep. You know.
Make sure ketchup on both sides of the patty.
So I'm gonna.
I don't have ketchup on a burger. I'm with Dave there. You know, like ketchup on a burger is not my thing. I can't lie. Like I think that's kind of rancid.
The Specsaver sponsor flights.
No, so speaking of sponsors and flights, I was kind of hoping because I was looking at who pays the most for shirt sponsors, and Emirates is the the current highest money dole out from any shirt sponsor. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, Emirates would actually logistically be a great sponsor because if they also sponsored us and then made the Torino airport like a hub for Emirates, it would make it much easier for people from the Northeast to get to Torino. And it would be much easier for Americans or Saudi or Emiratis
to
travel directly to Torino.
I think the airport's too small, though.
It is and it isn't, though. It's like kind of a regional airport, but they still have international flights from within the EU, and I'm sure that they could take on one flight a day from, let's say, the New York or Toronto or Boston, and would make it much easier for Americans to get out there, and would be much better strategically for Juve because there are so many fans that don't have, if you've never been there before and you're not necessarily well-traveled and you're just, you're run-of-the-mill American that somehow fell into being a Juve fan, it's not always the most comfortable thing to fly into Milan and then take a bus or take the train into Stazione Centrale and then take another train to Torino. Not everyone speaks Italian. Not everyone has that approach. But if you could land directly in Torino, I feel like that becomes a lot sexier for a lot of Juventini from North America to fly into Torino. Because instead of making that first leg of your trip, regardless of where you're coming from in North America, instead of making that first leg of your trip into Milan, you make that first leg of your trip into New York, and then you can go directly from New York into Torino.
You heard the man, Calvo. Make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. And I currently work in the travel industry, so like it would make it super easy for me to set up group flights for people to go in big chunks out of New York to Torino.
Yeah. No, definitely. No,
And so
thought,
I would personally like that because I know my fan club would be like, yes, please.
Yeah, it would be good.
And I'm sure the people in the Toronto area would also benefit greatly from it because it's
tons of wops in Toronto.
Yeah, but also like it's not a long flight from.
No, I'm
Toronto
actually
to the US.
No, it's like 6, 7 going east. I think 7 hours. It's not horrible.
Yeah,
no, but
Same
if we
as
want,
same as New York.
yeah,
but I would
But-
like I would love Emirates to make Torino a hub so that more Emirates flights were operating into Torino, even if it was fly into Milan and then hop from Milan into Torino on like an hour-long flight, but it's operated by Emirates. Even still,
you should check Ryanair out. Ryanair do.
yeah, but Ryanair is, for Americans to understand what Ryanair is like and Canadians, Ryanair is like the Spirit Airlines of Europe, if not worse. Ryanair is just not known for good customer service. It's kind of hard to sell people on Ryanair other than being like, hey, you get like a flight from London to Paris for €35. You have to pay for your seat. That's another €35. To bring any bags on board is another €35. If you want to check a bag, that's €80. And now all of a sudden you're up to €200 on a Z-class ticket. As someone that works in the travel industry, I'll tell you, Ryanair does not have a great reputation.
I do understand where you're coming from. Like, Dave's just gone to
I'm
the
just
bathroom
saying in terms
right now.
of sponsors
Yeah.
and
He couldn't hold
actually
it.
talking about something relevant to Juve other than ketchup on a burger. I would personally just love it if flights were operated into Torino on a more regular basis in terms of international flights, because it's also closer from the United States. It's about an hour and a half closer than Milan is.
Okay.
And you still have access to all of the.
Oh, I thought you went to the washroom right there. I'm like, okay, you couldn't hold it. I'm like, ooh.
No, that's my internet.
No, he's got a cup under the table.
But anyways, guys, we're at like 2 hours and 5 minutes.
No, but I do have one crazy idea though, and I think someone should tweet this to Juve, right? And I think this is a crazy idea, right? But it's like everyone wants Saudi's money, right? That's facts, isn't it? Like everyone, like
I don't want Saudi's money. I want Specsavers money.
Well, they come hand in hand. They're both green. So.
Alrighty, everybody. So, we need to cut this.
I'm playing the music.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes. All right, everybody. So, Rav just tweeted some live news. PSG is willing to go up to 90 million, and Juve look like they are going to take it. So, I believe it is bon voyage to Dusan Vlahovic, and allegedly Giuntoli is looking at Jonathan David as his main option, Lukaku as an alternative. So, Dave and Colin can go home and sleep happy tonight. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in for this long one. For the people that are watching this on the rerun, if you get this far, holy shit, you have no fucking life. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
No, you're a legend if you get this far.
I have no fucking life. I'm still here.
I'm kidding. I love you guys. Make sure you love the video, like the video, subscribe, send it to your friends, cats, aunts, and uncles and dogs. And for David, here we fly Dusan. And guys, thank you. We will catch you on the next one. And Lukaku, we'll see you guys on your way out.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom.